Otherwise, we would have been coming down.
Just a reminder for you, no cursing
Like,
and Deer Whiz is allowed. So.
Yeah. Oh.
No, there's what?
Yeah,
What?
it's gonna be
Bitch
nice.
and below is okay.
Bastard.
Bitch and below and bastard are okay.
I think I'm going to I'm thinking that
below.
Anything not be going to
Bitch and lower ranked.
I thought you said blow.
I would say bastard, soft.
Like you can't say shit. You
Yeah,
can't say
that's
fuck.
when
This is not the show yet.
What's
We're
what's
live.
below?
You say
Say
ass.
hotel room.
You say
Soft.
Hell.
This way we only have to
Can
put
you
one
put a
word.
list
Whoa,
behind
buddy.
you?
Yeah, Jim's fine.
Can you list them all behind you so we know?
Crap boots crap.
That's okay.
But we can't say blow.
So don't say.
You can't say.
It blew.
You can say shovel.
It blew big time. He
Yeah,
said it.
Fuck. Cunt.
He said
That one, yeah, you definitely can't say.
Motherfucker.
and
Twat.
below.
Oh,
He said
faggot.
bitch, and we all thought he said
Faggot.
bitch and
Retard.
blow are okay.
Well, that.
So we
Bitch
can
and
say
blow.
blow.
I haven't said that in a long
Bitches and
time.
blow. Two favorite hobbies.
I'll probably say it today though.
Yeah,
That's just how it works.
Cody says it
Go, Rob.
all the time. All the
Are we
time. She's
live?
like, I never say that word.
Yeah,
I'm like,
we're
you
live.
wouldn't say it all the time accidentally if you didn't say it all the time on purpose.
Well, no.
You wouldn't say it all the
Was
time
it
if you
the
didn't
R word?
say it
Yeah.
all the time.
The honor word. Oh, so many people in North Carolina use it freely, and I'm like, no,
I
it makes
need
me
you to be
cringe.
my
I
contingent.
am.
We charge
I
it.
am.
Thank you.
I'm like,
I need the
Right.
felons to
Danielle
do my
Nugent.
work.
We will do our
We
best.
charge for it.
Yeah,
All right.
that's true. We gotta be the R word.
Let's do this. I think. Hold
Not
on.
to be
I
confused
lied.
with the breadstick police, which I was. to
Hello,
myself the
Nintendo
other day.
Am I in the shot here?
You are. Yes.
Just sitting.
Hello,
Is that
Nintendo podcast.
It's fine. I
Webisode,
just need to.
whatever.
Blow me
Yeah,
down.
it's like us too.
Just turn it.
Bitch and blow are okay to say.
Very uncomfortable.
Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good.
You can see my red
Don't wanna look like some
flex.
schlub.
So perfect.
Okay.
It's not as bad as it was.
Ready there?
Didn't even notice.
Ready when you are.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 645, the Landorus Podcast.
Oh
Feels like
boy,
I'm wearing
guys.
Nothing at all.
Guys,
Don't,
Nothing at all.
not the.
Oh, not-
paragraphs. I don't know
A
enough
couple.
about this thing to
It's
know.
longer, like,
highlights.
every week.
Give me
Yeah.
the
All right,
highlights.
there's two different forms. I'm good. There's 3 in form and incarnate form, and I'm gonna.
Oh, well, I
read
think
about
you know which one to go with.
incarnate.
The incarnate
Yeah.
ones,
All
yeah.
right.
It's like it's
I mean, that's the
form.
one you're gonna run into, right?
That's right.
I don't know. I don't even. All right. In incarnate form, Landorus is an orange muscular humanoid Pokemon which resembles a genie.
Landorus,
what?
not
A
Landers?
genie.
Not
genie?
Landers,
Yes.
no.
Okay,
Genie,
sorry.
genie?
Your foreign accent
Landorus.
confuses
A
me.
genie.
A genie. A vagini. It is a male-only species with no
vaginis.
female counterpart, no vaginis. On its forehead are 3 sharp pink horns arranged in a slight upward arch. So, like, maybe like that.
Oh.
Landorus has a white protrusion shaped like a short log on top of its head. I am not making
Don't
any
we
of
all
this up.
get a look at this
Wait a
short
second.
log?
It's got 3 horns and a log.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, I think the horns go this
Yule
way
log.
and the log goes this way.
so like a joke arrow through the head type of headband situation. I'm confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the horns
Yeah, that's
are like
pretty
a
much what it is.
crown, and the log is like a matador hairdo-y
If
kind of
Lube
thing.
was here, he would show you
A
the
Viking
Rule
helmet.
34 version of it.
I got my face
Well, I'm
charged.
glad
Or
he's
else
not
I'd
here.
Google
But
it.
Lube is gone.
Lube is dead.
We don't talk about
No, don't say that.
A jagged white mustache and 2 pointed orange ears on either side of its head. Its eyes are yellow with beady white irises and no visible pupils. I know you were worried about that. The front of Landorus is it Landorus apostrophe S.
Landorus.
I feel like it's anyway. It's covered in dark pink spots, and most of them shaped like diamonds, pebbles, and raindrops. Its broad chest consists of 2 joined dark pink diamond-shaped pectorals,
Turn me on
and
now.
its shoulders, elbows, and navel are adorned with designs resembling raindrops. It has 2 spotted muscular arms.
oh,
Shut
yeah.
up. With 5 fingers on each hand, its lower body consists of a trailing cloud with a long, curling brown branch or root-like tail.
It's a fart.
Landorus's tail has various flat protrusions running its span, each spotted in dark pink on their edge surface.
You gotta
It's
stop
considered-
talking. It's made me rock hard.
We got a lot. It's considered the guardian of the fields due to helping crops grow. Its tail causes the soil to gain nutrition. It seems to live above the skies. Sometimes it stops in the abundant
Above the
shrine.
skies?
Yeah. In the
Like in
abundant
space?
shrine in the
Out of
Unova
everything
region.
she said, that's the one that gets.
But
you.
only-
It's got so many things on it. I feel like there's no way it can be.
His
above
body's
the
like a
skies.
cloud.
It doesn't say how
It's
big
true.
these things are, does it?
Oh.
Can I finish?
It does, yeah.
How tall is it?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
It seems to live above the sky. Sometimes it stops in the abundant shrine in the Unova region, but only when Tornadus and Thunderous are in the same place.
Which we've already covered.
We've already covered those. Okay, it's number 645. It's a ground flying type. Its abilities include, what did I read?
It's high above the
Sand
clouds, but it's
force
How
around
many
the
of these are there?
This is
and
crazy.
sheer force. They're 100% male. They're 4 feet 11, so shorter
they're
than
so
you'd
angry.
expect.
So that's
And
not that
100
big.
Why they're
pounds.
so angry? Because
I
they're
know.
so short.
Well, they're emotionally
Tiny
mini
Pokemon.
ones.
And they're all man.
They're all man.
Can we admit they're running out of ideas? I
Oh,
mean,
man,
like
baby.
it's a boar that lives in the sky, but also looks like
You
Arnold
wanna say
Schwarzenegger's
they're-
chest.
You want to
Yes,
say they're
one.
running out of ideas, but let me show it to you.
Yes, I want to see
I take
this
back
thing.
what I said. They've outdone
wait a
themselves.
minute.
They ran out of
Wait,
ideas
wait,
at
what
the
is
trash
that?
bag with a face.
What?
This is it. You're looking at it.
No, what?
That is
that
a
its
hump.
tail?
That's a hump.
Yeah.
That's a tail with like tentacles on it.
It's very.
No, it's
very
like
into certain
cut
things on the
stumps
internet.
is what it looks like to me.
And it has it has a cloud bottom.
And you can count the rings to tell how old it is.
All right. Thanks, Mom Brain. I appreciate
You
it.
are welcome.
Somebody, I forget who, and I feel bad now. Somebody had a graph showing where we're going to run out of Pokemon to start the show with. So
Oh,
we
please tell me
have
soon.
we have some time now. Yeah, but there's going to be another Pokemon game out before then. So
What, roughly when is that?
I'd have to bring up the
Well,
chart.
that's-
Are we talking years, decades?
Yes, we're talking years,
20,
not
30.
decades.
How many new Pokemon do they do each game? Is it significant?
I don't know, 100 to 150, something like that. Yeah. Yes, they do 3 new starters as well. Yeah.
Many.
There's a lot more.
Yeah.
Back in my day,
Now,
there's
when they-
150. That's what we
Forgive my ignorance, but when they put out a new one, does it include new Pokemon as well as every single old one?
Yes.
Every single.
Did you just like
Yeah.
shield that belch?
I think
Away
you
from him,
directed it towards you though.
I totally got it.
That's crazy.
Yes, they
The
do.
backdraft.
And plus now with like Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they have Alolan versions of old Pokemon. So like basically Hawaiian versions of Pokemon. That's the truth.
They're
I'm
all
telling you the
racist.
truth.
Racist.
Like Hawaiian Santas.
Racist. All right, we got Mom Brain here.
Hi.
We got John Savage.
Hello.
We got PC.
Hey.
We got Nikki Hill.
Hi.
We got Kirby.
Hey.
And we got Do Michael.
Oh, please keep clapping.
Alec Halo says, Do. Oh my heavens.
Oh, baby.
Hello, Andy the Zombie in Swedish Galaxy and Mario the M Hat Hero. Or Mario the M Hat Hero. And Drew
Does the
and
M
the
stand
King
for
Clan.
Mario?
Well, somebody specifically asked me to say it like I used to say it.
Mario.
Wait, you fixed how you say it?
I've been
It's not
trying
He's
to.
been doing a really
Recently,
good job.
I've been trying to.
It's Mario.
Yes, someone specifically told me to say it the other way. Aloe Wolf and Drake Gamer and Boy Meets Nintendo and We Lover and It's a Trap and Doomig and Matthew and Morris and Liquid Metal and whoever else I didn't see in there. And Santiago, thanks for joining us. And Caramel Kitty, thanks for joining us.
Kitty.
Oh, that's the wrong.
We were just talking about caramellos.
We were, that's right.
Really?
Made by
Yeah, because I
Cadbury.
didn't know what they were.
What?
I didn't know.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Isn't that weird?
Caramellos. I didn't know what they were.
Caramello.
I knew
right?
what.
Wasn't there like a...
Check it out.
I knew what.
Caramello.
Yeah.
I knew what Rolos
You know what you're
were,
talking
Yeah.
but not
Yeah,
Caramellos.
Rolo's the gross version.
Oh.
What?
That gets stuck in your teeth.
Rolo Tony Browntown, you're going to tell me that's
Caramello
gross?
is a candy bar.
Yeah.
And when you bite into it, it like pours. Like you go like this.
All
and
over
it's
your
all
beard.
over your mouth.
All
You're like,
over.
oh, I got some normal food.
Exactly.
Yeah, when it gets the little wispy like strings
Oh,
of it.
that's-
And then you grab it like a paper towel or
And
a
it
napkin,
just-
and it gets stuck.
Yeah, it
and
lands
looks
like on your
you
sweater.
cut yourself safe.
We're talking about caramel, right?
Shaving.
No.
What?
I wasn't.
It's caramel.
I think caramel in general is pretty messy.
I love it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, it's nothing but burnt sugar with like butter
I know, right?
or milk.
Thank you, Food Network.
It's so like
It's good for you.
crazy, right?
Like someone was just like, I like
So,
butter,
like,
but I also like sugar.
What happens if I burn
But I
them?
only
Yeah,
like
but that's burnt and ate them.
Someone who had nothing else in their house but those two things. When they
Do you know
put
what
them
a
together.
bitch it is to make too? That and marshmallows. They're a pain to make, and even more. a pain to cut.
Marshmallow.
Lots of time investment there.
Yeah,
All right.
they smell bad too.
There's
What,
something I.
marshmallows?
Yeah,
Marshmallows are weird.
the gelatin that you have to use
I
smells
don't
bad
like
because
it.
it's like
Made out of hooves and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Great at it.
Sometimes we all smell bad.
Look at my hooves.
That's right. See?
Yeah.
and then we eat each other.
Like
Tiny
Trubbish.
spoons.
Trubbish, the beautiful little garbage man.
There was something important I wanted to talk about. I don't
Whatever.
remember.
It's probably something about Nintendo.
Santa's
Well, it wasn't. No, it
Santa's
wasn't.
not coming this
Was it
year.
not? It wasn't about caramello
Oh,
chocolate.
no. Lately, like the podcast, we start out with
Excuse
something
me, I
completely
think that was a
unrelated to
clean one. I think
Nintendo,
we're good.
so
Oh, isn't
I
that the
just
worst when you
forget what
feel
it
it
was. Damn it.
and it like hits your lip?
Yeah,
and
and
it's
you're
like,
like, and you can't. There's not. I mean,
Yeah,
but you,
it's
2017
just
the last year.
everywhere.
you like try to like. It's bad.
Hello, Roth. Oh, that's what it was actually related to the podcast. Wait a minute, I
What?
can't remember. January's podcast is going to have a special sponsorship, but I can't tell you what it's going to be. But look forward to that.
It's
Caramello.
Will it be
So,
Pokemon?
No, it will not.
Will it be Takis?
If we guess, will you tell us?
I mean, you'll never guess, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, then I'm not going to guess.
All right, don't.
I want to win.
Yeah, the whole month of January, and there might be another one in there next week. I'm not sure,
Is it
but yes,
sponsored by Tetris.com? You can play Tetris for free.
that's the other thing I have to talk about.
Oh no!
Did
you
you
have to pay
know?
now. You have to pay now.
No, this week is my last week at Tetris.com.
Oh.
Aw.
They
That's
are
good, right?
moving the site in a different direction, so everybody is leaving. It's not
So,
just me. We all
not
have to move.
Tetris.
So
Yeah.
Not Tetris. Yeah.
Moving the
It's
site
not
to another
Tetris at
URL.
all.
It's becoming the next week.
No, they're going to a print version where you can play Tetris for free in a magazine.
So I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
if
like
you
a
guys
crossword
know
puzzle.
when I wait for
You
Tetris.com.
can send away for it.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the story. All right, so I wrote for Tetris.com for, I guess it was 6 months now. And yes, every article was about Tetris.
I was going to say, like, how much can
Let me
you
tell
really
you,
find to write about?
5 articles a week, every week.
But I never saw
So
five
for
five
6
articles a week.
About
So what?
Tetris.
I never saw 5 articles from you a week. I only saw like 1 or 2 every.
And this guy
There's-
was really looking.
I was looking.
There's other people writing there, like Morgan.
Right. And all I see is stuff from her saying this is how you have a Tetris Thanksgiving and this is how you play Tetris comfortably. And I was like, where's the
So-
meaty
So is the
stories?
new direction that you're
Where's,
not into?
story?
where's the meaty Tetris stories?
Meaty Tetris.
Big
Woo!
news.
Hard-hitting Tetris
Is
stories.
the new direction you're not interested in not Tetris? Like,
No, I don't. They didn't. They're just. So the company
Is it
I
news
was,
now?
the
Is
company
it
that was
news?
representing me and everybody else that was writing for them, they have terminated the contract. So they're just doing something else. I
It's
don't know
just
what
over
they're
now. That's okay.
doing. Yeah.
They
The
they never
first,
ran-
the
they
first
never ran-
article,
for free again.
it's not the top article on the site for yesterday, and there hasn't been one posted yet today. Is my article.
Okay. How many more
Why?
articles? No, scroll
Good
straight
job.
down, and how many are from you? You write 5 a week.
The
How
next
many
one's
in
from me.
How many in the past
That's
week
2.
are from you? Because I've looked at the site and I've seen like 1 or 2 from you, and they're old.
Sorry,
Okay.
I asked.
Yeah, right. All right, so there's me, then the next one is me, then the next one is Morgan, then the next one is Morgan, then the next one is me, then the next one's an official press release, then the next one's
And what are the
me.
dates on them? They go back.
Yeah, that's how time
Basically, I'm looking for
Free
the video of that
It is.
thing that we shot, which I don't see on there, and
works. I know.
That sounds dirty.
Yeah, you're
Hey, look at this thing I can do.
and your
Look at my
article
lock piece.
about like competing for like the high score or whatever that you said. Like you said you had
Yes.
competition. That's not on there.
So maybe it's my
And
mistake
the
for.
only art like I've seen a couple articles that I keep seeing on there. There's nothing new.
Let me.
5 articles a week, and they're posting 1.
I write 5 art. See, let me explain how this
You
works.
write 5, and they go, trash. Move it over here to the trash bin.
Those 5 are approved. I have to send them pitches before they get approved. But the way it works is they're not looking to post an article every day. They want to build up a backlog so they have a constant stream of stuff to post. So they have hundreds of articles from
That aren't
everybody.
going to get posted because they're going in a different direction.
No, the thing is they're going to let us go because they already got our articles and then they're going to
And
post.
their different direction is they're going to back up
Yeah,
on
I
a
don't-
spaceship
I don't
and
know.
fly to the moon.
I mean, I don't know what else you
That's-
do on Tetris.com. Like, I don't know what
What
direction
would
you can
you
take.
What would you say is the story you're most proud of in the 6 months that you
The one where I told people they could play Tetris for free on Tetris.com.
Wait, you wrote a whole article.
That was
about
every
that?
article.
I had to put that in every article.
Doing the Lord's work.
I don't know. Maybe the one where I wrote about
Tartus.com. That's not it.
Wait,
like,
TARDIS? Or
Tartus.
playing Tetris with
That's the name
my
of the
mom
book.
and like using
And it
Tetris.
makes me feel offensive. when I just say it.
to help her with her
I don't
MS.
wanna-
Because like
Artists.
when she found out she had MS and the
Just
doctor
make her
was telling her
eyelids.
stuff to do to make sure she didn't lose her range of motion in her hands and all that, he was like, video games are a pretty good idea. And she's like, oh, I actually play. I play Tetris
I think I
a
can
lot.
handle that.
So he's like, yeah, Tetris is great. So she used to, I mean, she still plays it now. She has it on the Switch,
And
but
then the doctor said, you know you can play Tetris for free.
so yeah, that's probably. I mean, I wrote lots of fun ones. They let me write one about why I think Tetris should be a game show. I think Tetris should be a game show. I think that'd be a lot of fun to watch. They have dumber game shows out there. Why not
That's
Tetris?
true. It, the one that was
Plinko.
based on
Candy Crush?
tic-tac-toe.
Well, no, but
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot.
no,
they
but
made Candy
the
Crush
Tetris
really
game show has to be the one like where they have the giant cutouts and you have to fit your body in the shape of the
Yes.
tetramino.
We wrote about that.
Tetramino.
That's it.
I mean,
Yeah, what are they
we
called?
pretty much wrote about everything. There's only so many times you
And
can.
that's why, yeah, Tetris.com is no longer because they've reached the end of the Tetris universe.
Yeah, for the amount of articles that I got approved, like there's no joke, hundreds, if not thousands, of pitches that they didn't approve. So like, you can only do so much. Like it's not like there's
Right.
Tetris news coming out every day. There's stuff like tournaments and new games and stuff.
They don't
but-
want the news.
Like, I'm sorry they let you go, but I feel like you probably would have run out of material eventually.
No.
Yeah, the other day he was like, I need article ideas. And I
I
was
sat
like,
down on Monday before I knew I was being let go, and I was like, "Oh my god, what else can I say about Tetris?" I mean, stuff comes up. I think of things during the week and write them down, but you'd be surprised. To tell you the truth, it was way better than what I was doing before that. Writing those goddamn.
Oh, inspirational golf stories?
Oh
Whatever it was?
yeah.
Put it that way makes it sound really funny. The what was it called?
Dude, Michaels looks horrified right now.
Well, you said GD. I thought I wasn't allowed to curse. He's
God
telling
damn,
me I can't
God
curse
damn is
people
okay.
out.
Well, yeah,
God
that's,
damn is
I never
okay.
understood that.
Damn is okay.
You can
Yeah,
say
it's
goddamn, but we
27
can't
Well,
say the S
shove
word.
her. Start saying it.
God, it's okay.
I've
Damn's
slipped a few
okay.
times. I mean,
Yeah, when I was writing for Top Golf and doing those uplifting, that's what it was, uplifting.
But they weren't actually golf related.
No,
I
Right.
should have.
no,
It's just
because they were
lifestyle
trying to draw
articles.
other people to the site. Yeah.
Yeah, I was so
I wrote about-
Writing uplifting stories is really depressing, right?
It was like it was so syrupy sweet. Like the way I had to follow it was so syrupy sweet. Like writing 5 every week, I wanted to like stab myself in the face.
So
You can only write about like
Finding
how
your
many.
best
You can only write about kittens being saved from like a box on the roadside so many times where you're like, I get it. No more. Like there's only so much you can say. And like homeless people
Wait, well,
getting
how
a new
does that connect
suit.
to, how does that connect to golf?
It doesn't. That's the truth.
How's that?
I don't know why when they cut the kittens open, they found golf balls inside.
There were also some golf balls in the boxes. The guy that picked up the box thought there were cat eggs in there, but they turned out to be golf balls.
I had a kid write about a rabbit laying eggs in 5th grade last year. He wrote a story about how a rabbit laid egg, like,
Killing our kids.
and then like afterwards he had to reflect on it. He was like, "Well, the rabbit mom decided to lay her eggs," and I was like, "This is
That's
coming
not
home
how
with me
this works.
forever." How cute is that?
They thought that
They
the
only let
kittens
them in
were
the
actually.
spring.
They thought that the kittens were golf club covers.
Oh,
no,
man.
I don't like the direction this is going.
They thought they were like novelty ones that like they made a screeching howl sound when you tried to put them.
Wow. Wow, dark.
Why do you like this?
no longer uplifting.
Wow.
So yeah, I still have articles coming to Tetris.com, but tomorrow is my last day like submitting articles. So it is what it
Merry
is.
Christmas to you.
All right, let's do some Nintendo news now.
Sure.
I came here for.
Mr. Al Newman.
Wait a minute.
Ooh,
At GoNintendo, can we play Nintendo for free? Online? At GoNintendo.com?
You used to be able to. You can't anymore. We did have something like that. Then
What about
I just
you?
stopped
What about
caring.
you?
Huh?
What about you?
Al Newman said that work on the next Legend of Zelda game is underway. It has officially begun. They aren't giving details, obviously, but they want you to know that they are working on whatever the next Zelda game will be. So,
Right.
huh?
Sure.
What'd you say?
He says they're beating a
They
dead horse.
officially want you to know that they're beating a dead horse.
If you
on.
said
Maybe-
if you
Move
said,
on
if
from
you said
Legend of
Epona,
Zelda.
it would have been better. Heisenberg says, yes, please, something like Majora's Mask, a new game with the engine and assets of Breath of the Wild. Nintendo should do a sequel of the games more often. Nintendo, do a sequel of the games, like Majora's Mask and Super Mario Galaxy 2. A new Zelda with the engine of Breath of the Wild in 2019 and Super Mario Odyssey 2 in 2020. That would be great.
What was it that people liked about Majora's Mask? Was it the anxiety that it caused with the
Yes.
time? People loved that.
The darkness and anxiety. Yes. I mean,
Nightmare.
That game
but you
scared
did
me
play
as a
it. You
kid.
did.
It's scary.
You
I
beat
did.
it.
I did play it and beat
Freaked
it,
me
and I
out
liked
too
the
much.
Scary
masks,
looking
but I
face
didn't
that
like the
movie.
time.
It is very tense. Yes, it has very tense feeling that you don't get in any other Zelda
I don't want
games.
that from a Zelda.
Right?
So
a lot of
people-
The tense-
A lot of people I've seen recently suggesting that they should. This is not a joke. Should do a remake of Zelda 2.
Ooh.
But they want them like to keep it. They don't want them to make it 3D. They want them to keep it weird like it was, but like just spruce up the
Keep it
graphics.
weird.
a
Hey,
bit,
keep it
so.
weird like it was.
That could be cool.
I mean, like you and I would like
I
it. but
do
don't
have
know.
a soft spot for that game.
Yeah, I don't know if they would. I don't know if people would buy that, to tell you the truth, but I would like it. So, yeah, we don't know what they're doing, but they're working on something. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing they do with their systems. They put out a new system, and then they're like, "Work on the next one has begun." So
You don't think just having the Zelda name would sell it?
It would probably sell it, but it
Yeah.
wouldn't.
See, I was saying on a YouTube video I did this week, the next Zelda is a really important one for them because Breath of the Wild was a big departure in so many ways, and it turned out to be a huge success. So now they have new fans in the franchise and longtime fans, and they have to decide what direction they're going to take the next one in. Should they do a Majora's Mask where they just literally use the same engine and everything and just give you another game, very similar in style to Breath of the Wild, or should they do an old school 2D top-down one, or should they do go back to like Skyward Sword or Ocarina of Time, something in that style? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but it's going to be a really important move for the
They're big
franchise in
shoes
general.
to fill this time around.
Yeah, because they try a lot of new things. I mean, I'm sure they have ideas because there's a lot of stuff that they didn't
card
implement.
battling game, I think.
That's what people
Big
want.
hit.
Yeah. Well, look, Gwent is popular, and
What a terrible name. This is my girlfriend, Gwen.
It's a hard T.
What's the other game?
No, Gwent.
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 Hearthstone. Hearthstone is
Oh,
really
that's
popular
Oh,
too.
yeah. That's
So,
the
so why not a card
People
game?
would revolt.
They could
if-
put it in,
if
but they
Zelda
could
was
put a
card
game like that
Yes,
in
they
there.
could put one in
Yeah.
there.
People
Yeah.
being me.
But then again, Link's crossbow training was its own game.
Oh god.
So
Don't get me started.
Don't get me started on that. Talk about your pieces. Sorry.
no, I mean, as far as Zelda games go, yeah, I would put that very much down the bottom, maybe above like
I almost never walk out.
the
of
CDI games.
Those
but
don't count. The CDI games don't count, do they?
I think they really count, yeah,
Wow.
because Nintendo was like, yes, go ahead and do this. Saw the project and was like, yep, put it out.
No,
That's
they
great.
couldn't have actually seen the project, right?
They were showing
That's
people.
not
They were
true.
showing Nintendo footage of like Zelda games that Nintendo had already made, and they're like, "Yeah,
Oh,
this looks
yeah.
great."
It was like on a late night show host showed questions to like their censors or whatever, or the network, and was like, "These are the questions we want to ask this person." They were fake. So
It's just like
they
that.
presented Nintendo with a fake game that they really worked hard on, and it looked great. And then they're like, "All right, now this is the one we worked on."
They called up Nintendo and they're like, "We're thinking about this line. We got a character. We're gonna have him say Squada la, we are off." Does that sound right for the series? Does that sound right?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Right,
Sounds
moving
great.
on.
I like what you're doing. over there.
Canon's up to.
Speaking of the future, speaking of the future of Zelda, Mr. Hidemaru Fujibayashi talks to IGN, I think it was. Yeah. And he's talking about the future of the Zelda franchise because Breath of the Wild was so popular, they're feeling really happy about what they've done. And he says, I can't say at this point if we will be in sequels, no, if it will be in sequels or in continuations or what form it will take, but I definitely have lots of ideas and lots of motivation right now. So what we also learned this week was there is no more DLC for Breath of the Wild. They did DLC pack 1 and 2, and that's it. So there'll be like tweaks and patches and updates and stuff, but no like new content. So whatever they work on from here is going to be for the new Zelda game, whatever that might be.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Timeline. When did the CDI games come out around the same time that the animated, like,
I don't know.
there wasn't a real series, right? There were
It
just
was a series. It was just only on Fridays.
Yeah, I think
it was the Super
It was
Mario
part- yes.
Super
Yeah.
Hour,
Yes.
and then only on Fridays was the Zelda
Well, yes, it wasn't an hour. It was just the show.
Super
show.
but
Yeah.
the CDI games came out like after that.
Right, because I'm thinking like, well, excuse me. That's kind of what they were going for with the CDI games. It's
Yeah,
like
I mean, it was-
corny, weird,
And annoying and
whiny.
They nailed it.
Like, yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
we're
that was
going
their
for.
inspiration. They nailed it. Sure, I don't think that was the case, but hello, I'd buy that for $1. Moshugan says, of course it has begun. I hope we'll get a simpler 3DS-style Zelda on Switch in a couple of years while we wait for the proper successor to Breath of the Wild. Yeah, see, I like that approach, but I am worried that, fans that enjoy Breath of the Wild would see that kind of game and be like, what the hell is this? We want Breath of the Wild too. So I don't know. I'm happy I'm not in their position because I don't know what the hell I would do.
What the hell is this? Toon Link?
Reggie. So,
My name is Reggie.
I wanted to get a picture of Reggie the other day, and I typed in Reggie Fils-Aimé, except pictures of him came up, and they were all weird. And I looked at what I typed, and I typed Reggie Fils Anime. Reggie says, what does he say? He says, Switch sales are unprecedented, and they're in unprecedented territory right now. He says, the fact that we reached 10 million units sold on a global basis and we're not fully through the holidays is unprecedented territory for Nintendo. The pace is one of the fastest in our own history and in gaming history. And just to put it in perspective, today we found out that the Switch is probably with one more week under its belt in Japan, it will outsell the PS2 in the same amount of time, which is like the granddaddy of all the systems that sold well in Japan. Like,
wow.
So it's insanity, and that's with all their production issues and stock problems and all that. But now it's now they seem to iron that stuff out pretty much, because in Japan last week they sold something like 230,000 units in a week. So it's going really well. So next week, yeah, they should top 3 million units. Yeah, 3 million units in Japan, which beats the pace of the PS2. Whether it keeps it up or not, I don't know, but it's certainly going well now. One of the other things that Nintendo's selling and having trouble keeping on shelves is the Super Nintendo Classic Edition, and Reggie says, we continue to ship them daily. We'll be selling the Super Nintendo Classic Edition well into 2018 as well. There will be lots more for consumers soon. They certainly have done a much better job with the Super Nintendo Classic Edition as far as stock goes. But people are still buying them like crazy, but they want you to know 2018, there's going to be more.
So they upped production. They're not just limiting it, but they're not going back to make more
NES?
NES.
Yeah, they are. 2018.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they said both. Yeah.
Okay.
They upped Super Nintendo. It's still selling out and hard to find. They say more are coming in 2018, and they're doing another run of the NES Classic Edition. Yeah. Just no date on that. I would imagine spring or something like that. Hello, Robert. Happy holidays to you too. Link It Up says, I saw a Super Nintendo Classic at my local Target today. They are out there.
Well, good for you.
If you look
You should
around.
have bought it and sold it for 3 times as much.
So glad to see the Big N doing well again. Excited to have my boys open their Switch this Christmas. Oh, he means his boys, like his babies.
Oh, like his
Oh, not
Open up that present, boy!
He's
I'm so
with
excited
his
to
boys.
gift you, boy.
My boy!
My son.
Open up your Switch this Christmas along with Odyssey.
I played a really weird, like, knockoff version of the
Swatch.
the whatchamacallit, the Nintendo Mini thingy.
Right. They
NES
almost
Classic?
have, like,
Yes, thank you. I was not coming to me for some reason.
Amazon sells one with like 600 games on it.
Yeah.
It was
Is that
so
it?
weird. I like turned it on. I was dog sitting, and I was like, "All right!" And I like turned it on. It was in a different language, and nothing made sense. And they're all like slightly off, and I was like, "This is scary."
Yep.
So I turned it off. It confused me.
And the children that are making those are chained to their...
They probably are.
Is that like Cheetah Men?
Yes, yeah, exactly. The evolution of Pokemon Go is upon us. We have AR Plus mode exclusively on iPhone.
I thought they took that off the market after those hillbillies went blind.
I'm glad you brought this up. Pokemon Go is still one of the most popular games on the iPhone, which a lot of people are like, nobody plays that anymore.
That's
The
what I
thing
thought.
is, when it came out, it was a success on such a huge level that, yes, lots of people just got in because it was popular. But now the real players are there, and there's still tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people playing. They just had an event a couple weeks ago where people caught 2 billion Pokemon in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So they're still making money hand over fist.
And none of it's real. It's crazy.
None of it's real.
No,
That's
but
right.
it is real.
Well, here,
Real in our hearts.
There's
This is-
Pokemon all around us. You just can't see them.
this is really the...
Well, unless you got your phone.
Except for, now I play it, and I don't know what any of these new Pokemon are, and I feel old and confused, and I don't like it.
Listen,
so-
all
If
you need
see
to
a
care about
Pokemon
is
Go
Mr.
and you see a
Mime.
Pokemon you don't recognize, do you just not catch it
No,
because
I
you don't know
do.
if it's a real one?
No.
They've added strange looking like humans in the game. So they throw a Pokeball and they're like, "What the? Get out of here!" They
I
have
don't like it. There's a Murkrow. I don't know what a Murkrow is, but he looks real mad at me.
it's what you wear when you don't have any pubic hair.
Got it.
And you don't want people to see your STD.
Yeah. Her face on it.
Yes, they have AR Plus mode for Pokemon Go, and this makes the training and capturing sections much more realistic.
Does it
Because now the Pokemon will actually move, scale, and react to where you are in real life. So they actually have a meter now that when you try and get close to them, they'll get frightened and try and run away. And like I said, they'll actually move how their
That's
size
gonna be a
will
lot
shift
harder for
depending on how you
people
move
to play
around.
when they're in their car.
Yeah, that's true. But that's why the game reminds you not to do that.
I was playing the
let's
other
see.
day, and I was in the tub, and then I realized I was like, "Is there some weirdo at like Niantic that's seeing all the AR stuff that I'm
You
getting?"
can now walk up close to a Pokemon to see how they'll look in the real world. You can also, Pokemon will run away if you become aware the trainer's getting close, so be careful. Think you have what it takes to be an expert Pokemon handler? With AR Plus mode, you'll finally have the chance to prove it. If you're able to catch a Pokemon while in close proximity, you'll have a better chance at earning great and excellent throw bonuses, as well as a all-new expert handler bonus that awards even more XP. And Stardust, not the wrestler. So that is iPhone only right now, but I'm sure it will come to a Android and all that other garbage at some point. Weird tea, really weird tea. Bless you.
Bless you.
And there's a holiday
Sneeze on
event.
that cleave.
There's a holiday event coming or starting
Not
now.
now.
I
In
don't know.
between.
Nature's tissue.
They're stuck
They
together.
really go right in your
Coleman says, "Gotta love how Android is just as
Yeah.
capable for these things, but they
Perfect
decide to make it iOS only. Still waiting on Android Wear support." Niantic, yeah, Android's getting the shaft a little bit here, but it's going to happen.
But think
eventually.
about it, like
It's like because you spend so much money on
a strapless dress, and you're like, you know what? You gotta sit for like 3 minutes while it dries, like that. We are onto something.
Yeah, being gross people.
Just a little bit of nose glue is all you need.
But it's always there with you. You've always.
always got it. I just gotta eat some dairy. And
How
I'm
could-
set.
yeah, how could-
Like, it's there.
So it's not always there with you, but you can
I can
make
think of
it.
other places.
I don't think
that
my
you
There
could
production
is
is
get.
really
always
that
snot in your
predictable.
face. If there's none, I think you can't live.
Shout Dare says, Shout Dare says, I think he did it like that on purpose. Says, massage your Pokemon with the new AR Plus glove. Shout Dare, tell me if your name is spelled like that because of The Simpsons.
Shout out.
Nada.
I
And
hope
if it's
so.
not, you better not tell us.
Super Mario Odyssey has sold 1 million units in Japan alone, to give you an update there. Well, now here's another example of how well the Switch is doing. So the first million seller for the Switch in Japan was...
Oh,
Is this a question?
Sure, why not?
what's
In
Zelda?
Japan?
Honey Pop for the Switch. I don't know. I don't know.
Whatchamacallit? What's that? Xenoblade.
No.
Okay.
Fire Emblem
It wasn't Zelda?
farts.
No, Zelda's not
Zelda
there.
doesn't do very well. This one's
This
doing
one's
better.
doing really well, yeah. It's shiny.
It's
Yeah, they
Super
don't really
Mario
like
Galaxy.
Zelda
It's
over
not Super Mario
No.
Odyssey.
Do they do Mario
Galaxy.
Kart right over there? Or?
See, Mario Kart's a good guess, yes, but it's not Mario Kart.
I'm trying to think of what came out.
Wasn't
Snipper
there-
Clips. Is it Snipper Clips?
Oh, you know what it is? It's the something that I hate. I bet, right?
No. Well,
Okay. Well, never
He
mind.
might have.
Shin Megami Tensei.
you have it.
I own it.
Oh, Splatoon.
Yeah,
Two.
Splatoon 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no,
Splat-
that game's fun.
Survival
2.
of the boys.
Splatoon 2 was the first
Slap
million.
the boys with my boy.
Splatoon 2 is the first million seller for Switch in Japan, and now Super Mario Odyssey has joined those ranks as well. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is just about to hit 1 million units sold there.
So
too.
the Japanese don't like Zelda?
Not really, no.
Interesting.
They haven't for a while, but like he was saying, Breath of the Wild is doing really well. It's at like 750,000 or something like that. So it is going to hit 1 million, which is a big deal for Japan.
Do you happen to know what the last most successful Zelda was in Japan?
I had a list. It's
CDI.
well, Ocarina.
Once they
Ocarina
changed
of Time
from the
right off the
CDI.
bat is one. I think Phantom Hourglass did really well because DS was really hitting its stride thing.
Oh, they love it up there.
They do like portables,
They like it portable.
but so the Super Mario Odyssey is a million seller in Japan now. But here's the really interesting part: Super Mario Odyssey is the fastest selling 3D Mario in the entire franchise's history in Japan.
Dang.
So 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, Galaxy 2, and 3D World. This
it's
is
the
beating
hats.
all of them.
It's
The
They're a
hats.
big fan
No,
of
it's the
hats.
nipples.
Love hats, yeah.
Just
The nipples.
The biggest
Yeah.
selling
See
point.
Mario's
Biggest
nipples in
selling
it.
point. Let's go.
So yeah, I mean the Switch is kicking butt everywhere, and Japan's eating it up. So
$300
they don't really like
machine.
3D Mario games over there, but they're digging this one. Wobble Bobble says, "Fantastic! I am so excited to see the legs on this one. Yeah, look at those gams." Speaking of Zelda, like we were a second ago, Davide Soliani, who was the creative director on Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, who's been working at Ubisoft for a really long time. He took to Twitter to show off something he did all the way back in 2003. Him and another Ubisoft employee were like, hey, Wind Waker's pretty cool. You know what we should do? Let's put Wind Waker on the Game Boy Advance. So Nintendo didn't know about this, and Ubisoft didn't know about this. It was just these two guys who were working to make it happen. And he actually tweeted out a screenshot of what it looks like. Now, obviously, if this was going to become a real project, they would A, have to ask Nintendo's permission, and back in 2003, Nintendo probably wouldn't have done it. B, they would have had to tell Ubisoft that instead of working on Ubisoft's games, they were working on a Zelda game. So that's probably why it didn't come to be. But we do get to see what it looks like and what could have been. I'll show it to you guys. There's Wind Waker on the
That's on the
GBA.
Game Boy Advance.
Aw, look at that little guy.
So they toyed with it for a while, and then they decided they weren't going to bring it to their directors and managers and stuff like that because they didn't think it would go anywhere. So,
And they were right.
yeah.
Probably.
Hello. Where did that name go? They're gone.
Wait,
Yeah.
when did Minish Cap come out? After Wind Waker?
I don't know.
I feel like we talked about this last week.
What am I, a doctor? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I
Minish
wanna
Cap.
I
say-
feel like Minish Cap was
He
discussed.
mentioned
I
Minish
listened.
Cap last week, but
Yeah, we
not
talked
in
about it.
reference to Wind Waker. When it was
I don't remember
released.
when it came out.
But I think this very question was asked. It was sometime around 2003.
Yeah, because I remember saying
2004.
I only played through it once. I would like to play through it again.
Yeah.
Hawk says, I think the sprite's pretty cool looking.
Fuck.
It is pretty cool looking, yes, but that's all we're ever going to get. But guess what Nintendo brought back this week?
Nintendo Power.
Yes,
I knew that
I
for
got that
once.
from GoNintendo.
but not in magazine form. They brought it back, and it's in podcast form.
Now in pod form.
So you can get this. You can go to Nintendo's YouTube channel and see it there. They also have it on SoundCloud. I'm not sure if it's on. Oh yeah, it's on iTunes and Google Play Music as well. So yeah, Nintendo Power is back, and it's being hosted by Chris Slate, who was the editor-in-chief of Nintendo Power for like 5 or 6 years. Hill. Remember when we were in the city for
the big city. Yeah.
what did we go for?
Liberty Apple.
Not the last time we went to
go see
Nintendo.
Spamalot. That was a good time.
Not the last time we went to Nintendo. The time before that, at the fancy hotel where you got the coffee.
Yeah.
Remember
It
that?
sounds fancy.
Yeah, that was the Switch.
There was
Switchness.
coffee there?
Was that what that was?
Yeah.
Remember when that guy came out of the elevator? And I was like, hey, we bowl
Yeah,
crapping.
that happens a lot.
And you were like, who's that guy?
We always go into
He's-
back rooms with handsome gentlemen.
Well, that was the guy who's doing the podcast now. That's what I
What's
was
his name?
getting at. Chris Slate.
Yeah,
Tall guy,
yeah.
soft-spoken.
So, I
That's
mean,
him.
didn't you write for Nintendo Power or something?
I
Or-
did not.
Or Nintendo Force.
I
it was, right?
still do write for Nintendo
Force.
Force.
Oh, that's
yes.
still around? Cool.
Yeah, we are the #1 magazine on whatever.
Does anybody else
Kickstarter?
ever
Pictures
sometimes
are the only.
find it funny to think of him as a
They had
writer?
a tough fight with it. Was like
Who? Kevin?
Yeah.
Knitting Monthly
Yeah.
or something.
Like it never
Seriously.
occurs to me to be like he's a writer. Like if like it would never occur to me. So there's different levels of what I tell people that he does. You know, like it depends on who's asking. Sometimes I can get a little more in depth. Usually the blanket answer
What
is
is wrong with me too? He sits in his boxers. at
Like
home.
if we were back in high school,
Bathing suit.
I'd be like, that guy a writer.
well, I mean just
And I'd be
Yeah.
like, "Excuse me, sir. Did you know you can play Tetris for free at Tetris.com?"
I mean,
I
that
would-
is the best description of your job. You're a professional writer.
I
That-
would say he works for Nintendo. Like
What
and to the
is
people who
journalist?
didn't like get it.
Yeah, right.
Like I'd be like, oh, he works for
I
Nintendo.
don't know, as far as
Entertainment
journalists, I feel like journalists have to have like college and
news.
all that shit. I'm
You
a
did-
You have something
you did
journalists
went
don't.
oh
to
shovel.
college.
Whoops,
Yeah, you did.
sorry.
See what I have to deal with here.
I'm
See what I have to
sorry.
deal with
I'm
here.
I'm tired of this
You
double
did go to
standard.
college, and your. I remember your final paper got a C because you didn't even do any research, and the teacher or professor said, "Imagine, or I'd be interested to see what you could accomplish if you actually tried."
Yeah.
So that's why, yes.
You should reach out to
I
her.
Him as a
remember that well.
But you know, I just don't. I would never.
I
say
was
he's
really
a
just
writer.
going to college for the hash browns and for you guys. So Those are some of my favorite memories. Sitting in that cafeteria eating hash browns. I'm dead serious.
Hash brown. Hash brown
Sitting
is a
there at
great
like
name for
7
a pet.
a.m. waiting to go into class.
Stealing the
Hash
clock.
brown?
My favorite
Hash
thing.
brown.
My parents still use that
Hash
clock.
Yeah, I like it when cats are named after
Hi,
food.
Rocket. Well, anyway, yes, Nintendo Power is back.
Yeah,
You
right?
can listen to the first episode on YouTube right now.
Oh.
And the first episode is all about Breath of the Wild, and they have some of the developers on. Don't touch her boob, please.
It was her arm,
But
first of all.
she could touch my boob.
I'm
Wobble.
allowed to touch those
Don't
cheeks.
touch
as
the
much as
boob,
I
man.
want.
It turns
She's
me on.
welcome to.
Wobble Bobble says, "What? This is awesome! I'm very excited to check this out."
Whoa.
Well, check it out right now. It's available
Check it
on
out.
YouTube. All right, here we go. The nitty gritty. Let's get down to nitty gritty.
Let's get the show on the road.
This is North American's
Sorry, please
downloads.
do not quote fish songs while.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry.
You get a cease and desist.
It all boils down to this. This is
Yeah, Scott.
North American
Fish, am I
downloads.
right?
What North America get on all their platforms? They got
It's not good.
December 25th. You're going to be able to get Style Savvy Styling Star. It's coming out here.
That's the whole name of it.
Style savvy, styling.
It is the third entry
Good
in
lord.
the Style Savvy series.
Wait,
Yes.
on December
25th
25th
launches on Christmas. Yeah.
on Christmas Day.
Yeah. It is not
Christmas
retail.
Day?
It's digital only because the market for that game isn't too big here. But Nintendo was nice enough to localize it, which I'm really surprised that they did.
See,
Ow.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You're right.
You look
I
like
thought
Roll
that
Tide
Dragon's
name.
Blade was going to
Pull
be
the
the
talking
biggest
muscle?
Christmas present
Ow.
people got. The Style Savvy Sis, what was it called?
Style savvy, styling star.
It was
Yes.
Trauma Center, Donna Center. That's what it was.
All right. Also
I
new
wish
this
there was a
week.
new Trauma Center game.
What?
You can.
You can't get me. Frederick Resurrection of Music is on the Switch. Tiny Metal is on the Switch. Dark Witch music episode. Rudy Mickle. That's a demo version. 60 Seconds is on the Switch. Tiny Troopers is on the Switch. Puzzle Box Maker is on the Switch. Fruit Fall Crush is on the Switch. The
Fruit
Deer
Fly? Fruit Fly Crush.
the Deer God is on the Switch.
What is the Deer God?
He plays a deer and it's pixelated and apparently it's not very good. It's been out on a million platforms. I hear bad things. It
It
looks
seems
very
like
pretty,
deer.
but it's not a good game.
It sounds
Um,
cool.
The Coma
Dear
Recut
God.
is available on Switch. Max, The Curse of Brotherhood is on Switch. Pulse Star, the Neo Geo game, is on
Which-
Switch.
We established last
All-Star.
week is a sequel to Max and the Purple Marker from
Max
Purple
and the
Harold-
Magic Mark.
Magic
Girls
Marker.
in the purple
Sorry, it's
crown.
orange.
That was
Max and the
From this
Purple-Headed Yogurt Squirter.
Oh my god.
No one's ever heard that
That's a
before. Come
story
on.
of brotherhood.
Blossom Tales is available on the Switch, which I'm going to talk about later in the show.
Bialik.
The next Penelope, or as I say it, the next Penelope is on Switch. That's a racing game.
I'm sitting in the bath yesterday. I was chilled to the bone and my foot hurt after a run. So I was sitting in the bath
Pick on that tub.
and he throws open the door and says, what is it, the next?
The next.
He pops in and he goes, the next Penelope. And then just shuts the door and walks out. I was like, what is happening?
Now you know it's on Switch. It is basically an F-Zero style game, but more simplistic looking. But the game is awesome, really cool. So if you're into
Why
F-Zero,
the
check that out.
name?
Why the next Penelope?
Yes.
I don't know why
I
it's
think he
named that.
answered the question by saying the name of it.
Is that
Heart and Slash is on the Switch. Tactical Mind is on the Switch as yeah, it's on there now. Bloody Zombies, which I'm kind of interested in because it's a 2D beat 'em up and it looks pretty nice. I was checking out stuff on Switch or on Steam for it. Sparkle Unleashed is available on Christmas Day. Energy Cycle is available on Christmas Day. RXN Raijin is a space shooter that's available on Switch. Mom Hid My Game is available on Switch and
a
3DS.
game we've all played at one point or another?
The worst.
The Legend of Dark Witch 3 Wisdom and Lunacy is coming to is on 3DS. And then finally, Picross E8. Yes, the 8th version of Picross is available on the 3DS.
The E8.
So plenty of stuff this week. Like I said, the Switch is getting like 20 to 30 games every week. WestFX says, is this press release for real? Events and activities are highlights and not all of these amazing games? Is Nintendo riding too high to care about their amazing indie support? No, I think it's just the holiday season. So they're like, let's tap the sales stuff before we get to the new
We're
stuff.
getting 20 games a week and like 17 of them are from Nicholas.
No, none this week. What's his next game?
Figured you would
Publishing
know.
that what the,
Runner 3?
That other one that I said, right? They're publishing retail versions of the Dragon's Curse.
Yes, Wonder Boy
Oh yeah.
and Monsterland. The Dragon's Curse. I don't remember now.
I
Now you got me
think
screwed up.
so.
Dragon's
I think
Curse.
the
I thought it was
reason
like the Dragon's
I think the reason
Quest.
he-
Is it the Dragon's Quest?
It's not Quest.
No,
I
I
know
think
that.
the
It's definitely a
reason
curse.
he wants
Is it a
to
curse?
release
Yeah.
these games
Yeah,
retail is so that he
Okay.
can get
Story of my life.
different like swag of it made, so that he can have it for himself. Because that one comes with like a keychain or something.
Yeah.
And I guess he can make it himself, but he just wants.
I mean, if he's making it because he wants it, but selling it to other people,
Yeah.
that's nice. Yeah,
That's
sure. That guy right
Because-
there, the little
because they're the
what's
only-
his Ash sitting on
they're
the
like the
microphone.
only company that is selling retail games with like added little.
Some other companies are, but not usually like physical products like that. I've seen
That's what I
soundtracks,
mean.
like a digital soundtrack or something like that. But yeah, that's his thing. There's, you know what? There's other companies who do that for every release that they do. Like Atlas usually does it for everything. The box will have something extra, and NIS America will do it for almost everything. They have something special in their soundtrack or a toy or a plush or a keychain or something. Yeah. So there are a couple companies that do it, but on Switch, yeah, definitely by far he's the one putting that stuff out there. All right, Europe. What did Europe get? Dear Lord Almighty.
You're right.
This is like the Wii days, man. Enter the Gungeon is on the Switch. Brawl Out is on the Switch, which is basically Smash Brothers, but not Smash Brothers, and it's starring a whole bunch of no names.
Like
And
BT.
then what? Come on, what's the name of the guy from Guacamelee? Did he have a name? He had to have a name.
Senor Avocado. I have no idea.
I just,
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. That guy's in it. So is the guy from Hyper Light Drifter. Tiny Metal is on the Switch. 60 seconds
Is
is
it
on the
metal
Switch.
with a D or metal with a T?
Like
Tiny
one that's
Metal.
Tiny metal.
Metal. Basically, that's Advance Wars, but not. Floor Kids is on the Switch in Europe. Finally, that's the rhythm breakdancing game. Crawl is on Switch. Pick-a-Pix Deluxe got a demo. That's another Picross kind of game.
Juan.
Polestar is on the game. What?
Says his name was Juan.
Do you have a last name?
Juan? Just Juan.
Blossom Tales is on the Switch.
Juan.
Frederick Resurrection of
Juan
Music is on the Switch.
Aguacate.
Fruitfall Crush is on the Switch.
Same with
Guns,
that.
Gore, and Cannoli.
Okay.
Aguacate.
Did you hear me?
What?
Guns, Gore, and Cannoli is on the Switch.
What?
There you go.
That's a thing?
Welcome to
16
Thugtown,
people.
1920, the height of prohibition. Prepare yourself for a non-stop, action-packed, completely over-the-top, fast-paced platform game. Set against the gangster heyday of the Roaring '20s. Lose yourself in exciting, elaborate tales of the underground and underworld. Experience friendship, betrayal, vengeance, and witness firsthand the rise and fall of the criminal mastermind.
Yeah, what about
This
the
is
cannolis?
survival
Do
horror,
we get
wise guy
cannolis?
style. Capiche?
That's actually really
Capisci,
funny.
I'm
paisan?
gonna eat some cannoli
It-
tomorrow.
Capiche?
It's gonna be amazing.
Capiche, capiche. It's racist.
Are you gonna eat
I
a lot
get
of
it.
fish
I really
tomorrow?
thought somebody was going to give me the
Hell no.
Simpsons
7
answer.
of them, perhaps?
Oh,
My grandma's gonna
everything
cook
except
7
the
of
beef.
them,
Thank
and I'm gonna eat pasta
Catfish.
in the corner like I do every year because I don't like
Heart and
seafood.
Seafood
Slash
market
is on
here
the
was, like,
Switch.
insane
Max and the
today.
Curse of Brotherhood is on Switch. Mom Hid My Game is on the Switch. Plague Road is on the Switch on December 28th.
Plain showed.
We're having homemade pizza tomorrow.
Is that
That's our
not a-
tradition.
No, not yet.
terrible.
Puzzle Box Maker is on the
It's
Switch.
like
Tacoma Recut is on the Switch. The Deer God is on the Switch. The next Penelope is on the Switch. Tiny Troopers Joint Ops XL is on the Switch. Dark Witch Music Episode Rudy Mickle demo is on the Switch. Arcade Archives versus Super Mario Brothers is on the Switch. So if you ever played Super Mario Brothers in the arcade, that's what this version is. So that means the timer's a lot faster
Anyone
and
who
it's
did that is probably
di-
dead by now.
different. And I played it at Oakwood.
So
Oakwood.
you're
There
the
is
High
my
ghost
case.
this whole time.
School.
Wait, you played Guns, Gore, and Cannoli here, right? Didn't
No.
you have that? This looks really familiar.
Bloody Zombies is on the Switch. Hammer Watch is coming to the. Yeah, it's out today. It's the highly acclaimed hack and slash, which is almost exactly like Gauntlet. It even looks like
Project
Gauntlet.
Hammer?
So, no, thank God he's not here. RXN Raijin is on the Switch. Woodle Tree Adventures is on the Switch.
Woodle.
What?
Like backpack warmer.
Woodle Tree Adventures is an
like Little Rocket Man?
No, let me tell you. Woodle Tree Adventures is an old school platform game with a catchy and unique art style. You will find all the classical elements from the 90s games
Are
and
you a
interesting
tree?
new ideas. Explore a total of 8 worlds and save the lands with the magical water drops you'll find during your journey, bringing back peace and balance and finally becoming the new hero.
That's
You are a little
adorable.
tree stump, yeah.
I want to be a little tree stump.
Pick a Pick Deluxe is on the Switch.
Is
DLC.
this to grow up to be the tree stump that fights Kirby?
And always loses. I don't know. Yes, got Mario Party, the top 100. It also got Battle Miners and The Legend of Dark Witch 3, Breakout Defense 2, and Mom Hid My Game. 3DS theme shop. You can get the Pokemon Winter Hide and Seek theme. You also get the basic green theme, described as a fun, solid color theme in green. You can also get that in orange and purple. You can get the Hiding Out theme. Now you can have the catchy menu music on your home menu. Scroll the touchscreen to see some cool disguises from the game. Well, I don't know. Magical World of Beast Quest theme.
Beef
Beast Quest.
It's beef
I
quest.
smell like beef.
Beast
Oh my God,
Quest
the video
Heroes
I did the other day
theme.
was too much. I
Beast
smell
Quest
like
featuring
beef.
Elena theme. Christmas Gifts with Jurassic Cubs theme. Christmas with Jurassic Cubs theme. JC, I guess that's Jurassic Cubs 3-pack theme. A Christmas theme.
Jurassic
A
Cubs.
kitten theme for cat lovers, it says. A smile theme and a teddy bear theme. Teddy bears play music too. That's what it says.
These themes, I'm sorry, it
On
just
3DS.
all happened so fast. Or for the 3DS.
Yeah, all on 3DS,
Where's
yes.
Hello Kitty?
Yeah.
No Hello Kitty this week.
It's always
You would
my
think Hello
question.
Kitty would be
Andre's
celebrating
not
Christmas.
mine.
yeah.
Hello, Kitty.
She spent all of her
Low
time
Camp
alive.
says, nice pre-Christmas week for the eShop, all right? I wonder if that Toho fan game Japan got today is going to be localized in the future, though. I know the one you're talking about. I forget the name, but yeah, I think it's going to be localized, to tell you the truth. I just don't know any more details than that. We did that. ARMS got its last content update, much like Breath of the Wild did. So ARMS got a new update this week to bring it up to version 5.0, and it includes a new character in stage. The new character is Dr. Coyle, and the name of the stage is like
Coyle
Stage
screams
Redacted
real
or
good.
something. But yes, this is the end of content DLC for ARMS.
Now, content DLC, does that mean you get it for free? Just for
All
the
this
game?
has been free, yeah.
That's great.
And will forever be free, yeah. They do not make... The only paid DLC Nintendo's done on Switch is the Zelda one. I think that's it. Yeah, ARMS was all free. Splatoon is all free. Yeah, I can't think of anything paid on Switch. No, Fire Emblem Warriors has some paid stuff, but it also has free stuff. Entity says, oh, poo, was hoping they would make a nice story mode, or at least something to fill in the offline part. Well, the manga will fix the story part. Yes, there is an ARMS manga coming out in 2018. You have that to look forward to. It's being published by publishers like everything, so... oh, we can do this. All right, I'll do it.
All right.
In the Nintendo Power podcast, Mr. Fujibayashi talked about Zelda a bit more, and they answered a question about why Breath of the Wild didn't have more in a way of traditional dungeons and instead did shrines. So he says, so in the past Zelda games, one dungeon was very long, and because this game had a very wide field to explore, and one of the themes we had was finding things, we were thinking about what the ratio is for finding shrines while players are wandering around the field. And when we calculated that, we kind of ended up with 100 or more shrines. And as for size, we thought about perhaps making long, big dungeons, but that would take long, and players would dedicate their time, too much of their time, in dungeons. So we thought perhaps one shrine is maybe 10 minutes. We're thinking that play amount would be a good amount. So they're saying that, you know, they don't want big dungeons because they don't want, there's a huge overworld to explore. They didn't want you to like get burnt out in dungeons. But then they were like, people like dungeons in Zelda though, so they came up with the idea of the Divine Beasts, which aren't huge dungeons, but are definitely more dungeons than a shrine is. So you got a mix in there. And there you go. That's what happened. So I don't know what they're going to do for the next Zelda game. Do shrines again or go back to dungeons? Or I got no idea. Ridley Soria says, I don't mind the shorter shrines since the world is so huge. I could have done without the combat shrines, though. Maybe if they had a little more variety. My favorite shrines were the motion control shrines where you like use the motion controls to move the balls through the puzzles. I really like those. There weren't too many of them though. That's it. All right.
So is this new Zelda kind of like Tomb Raider or something?
I'll bite.
What are you getting at here?
I haven't
You've played the game,
but you're
haven't
saying
you?
shrines.
Have you not played it at all?
I thought you had played it.
I'm
it's
scared.
not even that-
I'm scared, Pony
Yeah.
Boy.
Oh,
wish-
in Tomb Raider there are shrines. Yes.
I thought they were
Like
called
more
tombs.
tombs or whatever. Yeah.
I wish I could be where you are now, man. Not having
Yeah.
played it. God, what a
In the
great,
dark.
what a great experience.
Completely in the dark. Yeah. Do you really want an answer?
She's like, he's a very real.
I don't
No,
know.
I'll tell you. Yeah, there's little shrines all over the map, and you go in them, and they're bite-sized puzzles.
Do you know nothing about this game?
The-
This is like
the majority of them-
I know Link starts off shirtless.
The majority of
I
them,
played that part.
the majority
Lots of
of the
levels
shrines
there.
are puzzle related, and a handful of them are
Nintendo
combat
Nintendo
related. And the puzzle ones will include
Guys,
combat as well,
PC
but
for
there are ones
Nintendo
that are
nipple
just
watch.
combat focused.
You know, my own
So
little
there's
video
not-
segment on the
there's
site.
not like
Check it in with your Nintendo
6
nipples today.
dungeons.
Yeah.
Like normal.
Like it.
Or
There's
six.
divine
Mario
beasts.
and Link,
They are
alright.
as close as you get to your dungeons.
When you say
yes.
divine beast, that makes me think like Shadow of the Colossus. Where there's
Yeah,
a big
very
creature.
similar.
Or Monster Hunter. Where there's like one big beast.
Yes,
that
but
fight.
it's not. Yeah, but it's
It's
a
a
mechanical structure. You go
Yeah.
inside of it. It just happens to look like an animal.
Like Ace Ventura 2.
Yes, exactly. You
Sure.
fight your way out of
And
the
then you come
ass
out
of
of
You come right out the
divine
butt.
beasts.
Mhm.
I mean, plenty.
Just like that.
I think all of the divine beasts have a door around their ass. If I'm thinking about it,
It's usually
Really?
the back
the
door of
camel
shrine.
definitely does.
I don't know
Yeah.
if the elephant does.
The elephant's got something by the tail,
Spoiler.
or where the tail would be.
Just kidding.
Let's stop.
The
Not a big
bird.
deal.
The bird.
I know you're walking around
That one
underneath
you
where
have
like
to
the
come out
tail
of a tiny
feathers
little
are.
thing And then crack like a little egg. That's
And what's the one what one am I forgetting?
The
Oh,
The
the
mountain
the
dragon or
chameleon
whatever that
lizard
is,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
don't you know what this means?
I
Clearly.
figured out what one you meant after that.
Penguin.
Penguin, yeah. Penguin on
No,
top of
No,
the
that's
volcano.
straight arms. You
Yeah.
gotta do it with straight arms.
All right,
It's
well,
a
let's do it this way.
dragon.
Who played something that they want to talk about? I mean, you got to go, but we'll save you two last.
All right.
He's going to talk about everything he's played
Yes.
since the last time he was on
That's
the podcast. I played. So we were talking about what was that game? SteamWorld Dig.
two.
No, we were talking about.
Oh,
SteamWorld Dig.
yes.
And I was saying I've been digging for days, and that was like years ago that I played that. I played it. I think the last time I played it was on a flight somewhere, and I haven't flown anywhere in a while. And so I went back to that because of the podcast, because we were talking about it. And I finished SteamWorld Dig in about like an hour and a half. Turns out there is a bottom.
Yes, you can hit a bottom while digging.
And then I went right to the Switch and I downloaded SteamWorld Dig 2, and I neglected my dog for like 4 days straight and played through and beat that.
Did you really? Whoa!
Yeah, I'm glad that we're
Let's
applauding
say
that
it's
poor
both
dog.
games.
Is your dog okay?
Who knows? Who cares?
Snapchat.
What's up?
She's
I
fine.
mean, if you don't take them outside, they still go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, she,
Like a
And then they
Your
eat
And then they eat it. Yeah, exactly.
Find it.
she spent like the whole time laying like
Dig through your house for
with
dog
her
food.
her head on my leg, like looking at me like,
Please love me.
Please take me outside.
No, I still
I
took
need
care of her.
food.
Don't forget.
But
Don't forget me, Papa.
so I beat that, and both games end in a way that are very unsatisfying.
I found the ending of the second game more sad than the first game. Like the second one
Yeah.
ended, and I was like, oh,
Yeah. Like,
that's.
what are you fighting for?
I was talking to their CEO about it, and he's like, yeah. Obviously, they have a plan for the story, but he's
Right.
not
Oh,
But that
they're
plan
going to do
also
another
depends.
Good.
not officially.
The
Yeah, but
plan
that's
is to make the
that's-
saddest story.
the plan depends on
Yeah, but oh yes,
sales to drive an extra game. Or whatever.
Dig sold better than whatever their DSiWare game was. I don't remember. It was another SteamWorld game, but it was like a tower defense game. Then Heist sold better than Dig. Then SteamWorld Dig 2 sold better than Heist. So they're
They're
fine.
doing better.
Does
Heist work into the story?
Yes.
Okay,
Which is what I was going to tell you, because you haven't played SteamWorld Heist.
but that's
No, I
coming.
haven't.
to
But you
the
played
Switch,
Dig.
right?
And Dig 2.
Heist is coming to Switch on December 28th. It's the Ultimate Edition. You would
recommend it?
Yeah, it's a different gameplay than Dig, but it's just as addictive. It's basically like turn-based shooting. So like it's 2D, and the robot, you run around with your robots in position and behind like crates and like on ledges and like down ladders and stuff. Then enemies come in and try and shoot you, and then you take your turn and try and shoot them, but you actually aim and fire at them. It's not turn-based as in like you pick a menu that says attack and it attacks for you. Here you actually take out the gun and aim and like shoot them.
Kind of
and
like
stuff.
Worms.
It's yeah, it's like Worms. That's what it's like. Yeah,
Like Worms and Mario vs. Rabbids.
it's so much fun. It's really, really good. But yes, it ties into Dig and Dig 2, directly. Yes.
I can't argue with how good Dig and Dig 2 are. Those are excellent.
And they have Heist has a band that travels around in like space cantinas, like Star Wars. But it's actually a band that sings. So when you go to like these bars, you walk by them and you hear them singing, and they do part of the soundtrack too. It's really good. The atmosphere, just the whole game is good.
But I was playing that, and, I was digging up minerals and cashing them in, and making that money. And then my friend, I was on a walk with the dog, and my friend was talking to me about cryptocurrency, and like he's got this info or whatever, and I got like really excited about it because I've been playing a game where I've just been cashing in money. so I ran home.
Oh, cryptocurrency? I know what you mean. I've been playing SteamWorld.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is at the one point in the game, that's what you collect is cryptocurrency. Yeah. And I ran home and I threw a bunch of money into a computer.
It's all scam to get you to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations
My
on
USB ports are all screwed up now because I've been shoving money in there.
Did you max out your character?
Are we talking about the game or my
Dig 2? Dig 2.
No, almost.
Or my credit card.
Almost.
Did you find so you didn't find the secret area? There's a secret area. Did you find a secret area? Do you, Michael?
In 1? SteamWorld Dig 1?
2.
2. No. Well, no, I didn't find it in either, but but 2 I've beaten and 1 I haven't beaten.
There's a secret area in 2 that is like a gauntlet of really hard challenges that you get 1 life to go through them all, and if you die, you get booted back out. It's kind of like what happens at the end of a Mario game, but
or like the DLC for Zelda.
Yes, it's like that. Yeah, it's a ton of fun though. It's I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I think you need to. That
reminds me of Guacamelee, and I don't want to go through that.
Man, that's funny because I feel like I really explored SteamWorld Dig 2, but obviously I missed it.
Yeah, you need to get. I think you need to get every upgrade to make it happen, like to reach where the secret area is. Yeah, if you look at your map, you'll probably be able to figure out where it is because you're like, oh, there's a spot where I've uncovered nothing.
Oh, sorry,
So.
I didn't know that was you.
There's a couple rooms that I just stopped. I was like, there's. Maybe I can get through this, but I just don't.
Well, you can get an upgrade. You might have it that highlights where all the gems are and stuff.
That is available, but no. What I'm saying is like, so the rooms give you a check mark.
Yeah.
And there's some rooms that I know. Like there was one where if you touch any of the walls, like they're covered in buttons, and it closes the door.
Yep, I know.
And
the
if
one.
if you get through it, you get out. Yeah. But if you get through it and without touching a button, you get another extra bonus.
I did that. Yeah.
I made it all the way through, and then like hook shotted a wall and hit a button. I was like, this is
it took me a few times too. I know exactly the part you're talking about. Yeah, the whole thing is buttons.
Yeah, a few times by that. For me, it was a few hours. Like I spent a lot of time there.
Well, the one thing Image Informs.
The dog pooped on the rug. No,
the one thing Image Informs said officially is that. The one thing Image Informs said officially is that they are making more Switch games. That's the one thing there. So, like 2018, they're going to have something new. That's all.
I just don't know what is so addicting about. Like it's just the fact that like you're digging and you're getting coins, and then you have to go back and cash it in. That's really all that
very
game
satisfying
is.
though.
Yes, that's what I said in my video review. Image Inform has a way of creating gameplay loops in their games that are really like addictive and rewarding. Because SteamWorld Heist is the same way, and it's a completely different type of gameplay loop. You're not doing anything that you're doing in Dig, but it keeps you sucked in. Like it's just like you go in, you do the fights, you upgrade your guns, you explore derelict ships and find treasure, and like it's just fun. Image Inform is one of my favorite companies. I didn't know anything about them when they put out SteamWorld, whatever it was on DSiWare.
Image and Form.
Image and Form, not Image and Form. Imaging.
Like Inform.
Image Inform. Image ampersand Form. There you go.
Poops.
Anybody else play anything they want to talk about?
I don't think so.
I just
No more Castlevania for you?
no, I'm done with Castlevania games for a while.
Forever.
No, not forever. But
I haven't done anything current. You know, I've just been beating old games from like 5
Yeah, what did you
years
say?
ago. What was the one I just beat? I think I beat Infamous Second Son. And
Yes,
What was the other one?
that
I
was
just
it.
That's a
did?
fun game.
Yeah, I hated it at first, and I don't know why. And then I went back and I played it again because it was free in the PlayStation Store. So I was like, why not? And then I'm accidentally doing voice text. Sorry, everyone. But it was fun. But now I want to go back and do it all evil, but I can't bring myself to actually be mean to anybody. Like in the game, they're like, kill everyone. I'm like, but I don't
Yeah,
want
it's hard to
just
do the evil
straight.
playthrough.
Do they
for
have
almost any game
Do they
for
have
me.
the other Infamous games on PlayStation
I
Network?
just
to get?
saw that one, and I was like, oh, Delsum. And then I just downloaded it because I think that's what the guy's name is. But I don't think
Delsum?
it's like
That sounds
Delson or
right.
something, but it always sounds like Delsum.
Thanks, Delson.
Thank you, Delsum. That's always what I think. Every time I save somebody, that just goes through my brain.
I'm surprised they haven't done a new one of those yet. Not Delson, the new Infamous Second Son.
Yeah,
or Infamous.
it's been a
because
few years now.
Yeah.
'cause that was like right when the PS4 came out. I remember
Yeah.
thinking like this was the first
That was the
next
first-
gen
yeah.
graphical game.
the first game that came out where we were like, yeah, this is like like you said, the first one that really like used the PS4.
That's fun.
So nobody else has anything. Okay, you want to talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember all the stuff I've played since the 5 years that's been on here last. But I did get a Switch this year, and I've been very, very happy with it. Like pleasantly surprised. Like I can't believe how much I like the darn thing. And I beat the crap out of Breath of the Wild. That was, I mean, unparalleled.
But you still have DLC to do.
I still have DLC to do. I haven't downloaded the second DLC yet. I kind of got.
It's sizable too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's not like a couple hours and you're done. I'd say like
I didn't see any
8 to 10 hours.
I haven't read anything about it really, other than the motorcycle. That's not a spoiler, is it?
No, everybody
Okay.
knows about.
So like, other than the motorcycle, but like, there's an actual story and like
The
missions.
Point of
and
it
things,
is
or, like,
story.
there's-
Yeah, you get story for each champion.
Oh, cool.
Yes, you get like not
Do you
just like
see
text that you
new
read.
places, or is it just like there's new things to do? in these places?
There's something new. Yes, I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
The majority is going to places you've been, but brand new shrines. Like there's shrines that don't exist in the game. You do
Until
things
you
here
DLC
to
it.
open these shrines up. You've never seen them. They come up out of the ground. You didn't know. They look different than the other shrines.
Cool.
And it's. I mean, I could tell you the very beginning. I don't think it's a spoiler. I think it's. I don't know. Do you want to hear it?
No.
It's very. No, you don't want to hear it. All
Well,
right.
is it?
It's not a story spoiler. It's a mechanic, like a gameplay
Yeah,
mechanic.
hit it up.
Yeah.
What do you got? Hit me up.
You
me
so
off.
the DLC starts off with you getting this special weapon, and to hold it, Link has all of his health drained except for half a heart. But the weapon kills everything with one hit, and you have to go through these trials to open up these other things that you need to do. And you can
basically,
only
can't
use
get
this
hit.
weapon. Yeah, you can't get hit, but you can kill everything in one hit. And that's just the beginning of the DLC, and then everything starts to happen.
But it's
really
you don't
cool.
have to play the whole game with half a heart and this
No.
dumb weapon.
But
No,
if,
you have
if
to
you
do
can't
these.
complete that, you don't get to play any of the other DLC.
No, you can play the other DLC,
But you
just
just
not.
said that's the first step, and then it unlocks everything else.
Yeah, you said all the DLC, like all DLC Pack 1 you can
Technicalities.
play, DLC Pack 2, no.
Talking about that one, yes.
Yeah, just like any video game. If you can't beat something, you don't see the rest. Like, it's not like they're shilling you out of your money or something. If you're not good enough,
Do
you
you
can't do
get
it.
the motorcycle early? Because like I've explored every inch of that map, and like the motorcycle's cool, like a cool idea that I'm excited about. I feel like that would be fun to get it as early as possible, and then just play the whole DLC riding around like a boss.
I am not. I'll tell you, I didn't get it early. I don't know if you can get it early.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm a weirdo. Like I like walking and climbing.
We all
everywhere.
know. We all know. You'll use the pistol for the whole game.
When I got that one weapon, I was like, oh, I wish I could use this whole game, but you can't. So,
Okay, cool.
but yes, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So Breath of the Wild, I mean, it doesn't need any explanation. That was fantastic. Got the new Mario Kart on there, which I guess is the old Mario Kart, but man, it feels new. Great game still.
I mean, $60 is worth it alone for that Dolphin Shoals song. That song,
God.
it's amazing.
Your fave.
It's
so
just,
good.
It really, like everything. I love those Nintendo games, like where it just oozes it.
Yeah, that's one of the Nintendo games where you're like, if someone was like, "What's a Nintendo game like?" That's one of the ones you show them. Like,
yeah,
it's got
I agree.
the fun element and the music and just the stupid stuff. And
Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun.
got Daisy
That's
in it.
great.
You sass talk Daisy.
Obviously, got the new Mario Odyssey. That game was great.
Right, that's the other one.
I did, I beat, I did quite a bit of it, and I got to most of the levels, but I didn't get everything unlocked. And
I still haven't gone
it's-
back. Yeah, I've been too busy with other
it's
stuff.
tough. My problem with that is I wish I could play it like you, RMC, where I could stay on.
Don't move on.
Where I could stay on one level, but I was like blasting through it, and then I kept going back and jumping between levels, which was fun. But then it kind of got me off track because it was almost like, well, which ones did I get? Where haven't I explored and I feel like I've explored it all, but there's still so much. So
plus, if you do go through the game and beat the game, then all that other stuff opens up too. So if you haven't gotten the other stuff earlier, you go back to a world and you're like, oh my God, there's so much stuff here to get. Like, start from the first run through and then a second. Yeah, there's a lot there, which is why it helped me so much. Because like you said, I made sure I got everything I possibly could before I went to the next level. There's certainly plenty to get.
How did you know that you got everything?
No, that's just how you can look at a thing in game that tells you.
I thought that was at the after you beat it, you get a list or whatever.
No, you get a list the whole time. There will be like empty spots on the list, but you can see like some of them will be in dark text and some will be in dark gray text, and dark gray you didn't get. So there'll be ones where it'd be like the taxi cab driver in some other place, and I'm like, oh, I know I can't get that one here because I haven't done that other thing yet. So, but you beat it one time through.
Yeah, and then kept playing it like a little bit further, trying to unlock. Like I think I unlocked one more world after that, and then kind of started to get a little like confused as to where I'd been, and then moved on. But it was great game.
Without talking in specifics, what did you think of the whole end? Like playing it.
I loved it.
I thought it was really cool.
So excited.
I feel like in the last few 3D Mario games, Nintendo's been like really kicking it up a notch to be like, all right, this is the finale. We got to do something like big. It was. I'm not going to say I didn't see what happened coming a little bit. I saw it coming a little bit, but actually doing it, I was like, this is great. And with that song that they got playing, it's very different for Mario. Like, I don't know. I really liked it. I really liked that ending a lot.
Yeah. So much fun. So that was great. Played Splatoon with you guys a couple of times, which was awesome.
With the boys. Well, we got to. Vitamin G keeps telling me we got to get back in. We just need time
because I had a great time.
Since we've played, there's all new gear and a brand new
arena fight place.
What was the Salmon Run map? Yeah, there's a brand new Salmon Run map that I haven't even tried yet. Plus, there's a whole bunch of different weapons too that we haven't looked at.
Cool kits. I don't know what else they got.
You guys certainly know me, but anyone in Radioland out there who knows who Do Michaels is, you never would think I'd like that game. Are you kidding me?
It was one of those games where I knew if I could get you in it to play it with us, you would have fun.
I mean, holy cow.
Well, we broke the barrier one day, and I was like, oh, he really does like it.
Man, we had a ball. I mean, we have fun doing that kind of stuff because we make up like stupid things, but the game was great.
When Nikki Hill and John Savage and myself were playing, God, I can't think of the name.
9 Parchments?
9 Parchments, yeah, which I was talking to you about, the gauntlet type of game. We were playing that, and like Nikki Hill started off complaining about how he hates the controls because it's left joystick moves, right joystick is aim where you shoot, and it's top down.
It's like Geometry Wars.
Yeah. And he couldn't get the hang of it.
Hotline Miami.
Hotline Miami, yeah. But he got better as we went on, and we were having a lot of fun. And then some random 4th player joined us online, and of course we all hated him at first, and then by the end we loved him.
Yeah, because it started doing the dumb stuff we were doing.
That's great.
But yeah, I mean, just us playing online is fun. I mean, the most fun time I've had is recently is playing Worms with Nikki Hill and Vitamin G. Watching you play online where you like perfectly set up a move and then accidentally hit the jump button and your worm jumps into the water. It's so good. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Any of us playing online together makes for a fun time. So
yeah. And then there's only one other Switch game I have that you recommended. I didn't
beat Mummy Demastered.
Oh no.
Oh, you forgot all about that one.
Yeah, that. Good lord. Talk about train wreck.
What's the other game?
It's that rhythm game. Is it called Thumper or something?
Thumper, yeah.
That game was pretty great.
Thumper's
It's
cool.
very. You have to.
Yes.
I mean, you
I
gotta
know
be
exactly. You don't
in
need
the
to.
zone.
You don't need to say anything. I know exactly
Oh,
what you.
man.
When you're
And
playing,
it's
you
almost
feel like
too
you're
intense.
there. It is. When I play like one level of that game, especially later on, I'm like, all right, I got to take a break.
Yeah, I took a break after each level, and I made it maybe 4 levels in, and never went back because it was almost too much to deal with.
Well, while you're around,
even though it is fun,
I gotta
it's
get you
cool.
to play it in VR.
Oh man, that might.
It's nuts. That's how I played it the first time, and it's insanity.
He's gonna have a
Is that like
It's
Let's
so
Tap?
crazy.
Well, I got really close to.
I don't know how to describe it. When we say rhythm game, it's definitely a rhythm game, but it's not like the. I don't even know how to describe the music. What would you say? Industrial?
What?
Like it's nothing that you would ever
Like
listen
metal
to.
clanking and
It's-
like
yes,
truck
exactly.
That's
horns?
what it's like.
It's
Really?
not. You would never like listen to this music and be like, "This is really great. Like, I can't wait to listen to this."
But
like as you're in it and you're kind of controlling it, you're just like, "I am the machine."
that's exactly what it's like. Like the backbeat of the music will be like, bum, 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 bum. And then like the other noises are like, bing, ding, bing, bing, ding, ding. That's what it's like. And you're like, ah! Oh my god! When you're playing, you feel awesome. When you're making it work, you
Oh.
played it. You know what we're talking
But
about.
is it like a rhythm game,
Oh, it's rhythm.
like a Guitar Hero, where like you have to hit on a certain beat, or is it like a rhythm game?
So you're on a the beats
Nothing about
involved. You're
numbers.
on a
Is it like
highway.
Paper-
The hardest thing about it, I
Like
think,
runner
is
games or something?
the hardest thing about it is it moves very fast, and there are like they keep introducing new
Elements.
Yeah.
elements to the rhythm that you have to hit at a certain time, or turn this at a certain time, or jump at a certain time, or duck at a certain
Yeah.
time, and it's all coming at you so fast that your brain has to tell your hands like, this is how we're doing it.
You know what it really
But
is?
they don't really
Yeah.
have time to.
Yeah.
You know what it's really like? It's kind of like Simon Says, because when you're playing, at least for when I'm playing, the game will telegraph what you need to do. Like you'll hear noises that'll be like, whack, whack, and you're like, okay, that means jump, 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 left, right. So like
Forget it.
it'll
I'm out.
it'll go like bing, bing, bing. Then you do it. So it's like let me describe it. Ding, ding,
Like a
ding.
call and
Turn,
response.
turn. Yeah, like I don't know. It's weird to describe, but it's the as far as games that make you feel amazing when you play it, that's one of them.
And it doesn't wait for you either. Like you don't really get
No.
you don't like you get 2 times that you can screw up, you know,
And they
pretty
can have
much.
it right away.
And like, yeah, it's not like you get hit and you blink for a little bit and you're fine and you're invincible. It's like you can screw up twice in a row and that's it.
Yeah.
And you do it over.
But it is here. Well, here's the. I know it sounds intimidating, but my mom got through the first 2 levels. She didn't
Your
play
mom is a lot
after
better
that.
at games than me.
But she took a while to learn, but she got it. And
Here. How'd your dad do?
he didn't do bad, honestly. I don't remember if he beat a level, but he didn't do bad. Yeah, because like when it comes to music, he can hear a beat and stuff like that, and you put a game controller in a hand, and it kind of
hear the
works
colors.
somehow. But
You
You
can
can
see
taste
the music.
it is
You
a lot
taste
of
the
it's a lot
music.
of fun to watch. It's a lot of fun to play. But you're exactly right about the music.
When he
You
played
wouldn't-
it,
you wouldn't
did
listen
his
to
shoes
it.
get tight?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, without a doubt.
So I'll try to make this quick. I'm not going to talk about
We got
everything,
time,
but
we got
like
time.
so this was probably, you'd be proud of me, RMC. This was probably the year of the indie game for Do Michaels,
Yeah.
because I played let's see, Broforce and loved
Yeah.
it. I played Not a Hero. I played Enter the Gungeon.
Did you play Fury?
I didn't play Fury.
It's coming out on Switch soon, like
Yeah.
upgraded version.
You actually, you know what? I think I downloaded it for free on PlayStation
Yes, it
4, and
was.
I
Yeah,
never
yeah,
really
yeah,
got
yeah.
into it. But
Thank you.
But yeah, it was those. I played the SteamWorld Digs. I played the one that the Limbo guy made.
What was
Yeah.
that called?
That was fantastic.
Inside.
That's
man,
also coming to Switch really soon.
that was fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
There was there's like a side-scrolling zombie-like game that's kind of like that I forget what it's called that I played. There was, man, what else? I feel like there's a few more indie games that I've played. But
Yeah, I mean, I am proud of you for playing those indie games.
Unraveled, I bought and played.
that's cool.
That was
Did
great.
you play that?
Yeah,
I
just
didn't really play
got
that.
it for.
Did you
Black Friday. There was
Great
a deal
game.
on it.
Little Nightmares.
Just this Black Friday, you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, so you recently played it?
Yeah.
That's.
I really like.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a great game.
Yeah, really great.
I thought it was
Beautiful.
a little heavy-handed in the story at one point, but at the end, I was crying. I cried.
Yeah, I mean, it was beautiful.
Yes,
It really
yes.
was. So you know, there's a lot there that kind of opened my eyes to the new thing, and I think the Switch was a big part of that too. Just because I played, I think the SteamWorld digs I played on there, and it kind of like opened me up a little bit to try and.
I mean,
a few other things,
to tell you the honest truth, like I think indies is a term that should go away because it only serves as a way for people to excuse themselves from not trying a game. Because the indies of today are like what we would get on the NES back in the day. It's just there were more established regular companies to make them. But now it's easier for people to make games and put them out themselves. I mean, games are games are games are games. And as far as indie games go, there's lots of highly talented indie developers, and most of them used to work for EA or Activision or whoever.
I don't want it to go away because if I hear it's an indie game, I know it's got a newer concept or it's fresh. It's a fresh idea, and I know that's a game that's actually probably worth my money or time.
Yeah. I mean, that's honestly how I feel about indie games. Yeah, I'm gonna get something new.
They're the people
Gonna
that
get
are
something
making
different.
like they're taking chances. Everybody else is like, you know,
The thing that happens now is
Modern Warcraft or whatever. We're gonna make 14 of them.
the thing that happens now is big publishers are like,
Big Bob.
we love
Big
indie
Bob?
games.
Who's Big Bob? And what does he have to do with my Switch?
They're like, we love indie games now too, and they just buy an indie developer's game, and they're like, we're the publisher now. They don't really give a crap. They're just like trying to buy themselves some street cred. But like Unravel, that was EA published that. They didn't have anything to do with that game. You kidding me? Sure, they might have gotten it in front of more eyes than just the company would have by
But
themselves.
that's what they need. I mean, these indie developers, they don't have the money to publish a game, so they need bigger companies. But the thing is as long as you know it's made by an indie company or somebody, you know, it's I don't know.
Yeah, but the bad thing is now, do you want an Unravel too? Well, EA's got to okay it. It's not like they can just do it. So,
What do they care? Like, they shouldn't even care because they're just putting it out and making money on it. Like,
I've been on Reddit. People don't like EA. They seem mean.
Did you
Wait,
buy?
EA.
The Reddit folks don't like EA, right?
But yes, but
'cause
she's
EA
asking,
is-
do the people seem mean or does EA seem mean?
Oh, EA seems
Yes.
mean.
Did you buy the new Star Wars?
Battlefront 2?
Yeah.
I didn't.
We talked about this on a podcast a few weeks ago. I said I'm done with EA. It's too much bad
You dead to me.
crap. It started it started a long time ago, but this
Rightly
year in
so.
particular, it was like a 1-2-3 punch. It was Mass Effect was garbage. They screwed people over with FIFA on Switch, and
do you
Star
mean?
Wars, the giant fiasco.
FIFA on the Switch is the exact same game. It's the exact
You know,
same game.
You
That's
don't
what
have
they
any
said.
friends.
It's the
I
exact
can't.
same
I
game.
can't get over it. I really can't. And then they send those poor developers online to like
That's just cool.
as the sacrificial lamb to take the beating for them.
Here, go defend yourself.
Long story short, EA put out FIFA on the Switch. Before it came out, they were like, "This is the real deal. This is regular FIFA." A couple things came up before launch where people were like, "Why isn't this here? Why isn't that there?" And they were like being cagey about it. Then when the game comes out, people find out that you can't play online against friends. They just didn't put it in. And when they were asked about it, they avoided the question altogether. So people are like, "You told us it was the real deal before it came out, and now it's missing all these features. What the hell's going on?" And EA has done nothing.
Man, they're real Trump-like.
So
You're the worst.
then the Star Wars stuff happened, and that was,
I know all about that,
huge
yeah.
scale fiasco.
Because I was going to get that game, and then it seemed like it wasn't going to be the game that I thought it was.
And the problem is, EA is the asshole, but the developers are
That's
assholes.
I think
The develop-
you would say
If
asshole.
if you say it, it's okay, clearly.
The developers
The
allowed.
developer
Words.
A little biased.
Developers.
the developers worked for 3+ years of their lives toiling away at this game, and I'm sure the game is enjoyable and fun. Crapped on because of EA, but that's the only way you can make your voice heard is by not buying the game.
They were probably even fighting to
Oh,
get
yeah,
good features
definitely.
into the game,
Yeah.
and they.
It wasn't
haven't been-
until Mickey spoke up that they were like, "Oh, we gotta do something. We're in trouble now." So I don't know.
RMC, you're gonna be really proud of me. I'm gonna hold out and not buy any more Sims expansion packs. I'm really annoyed at EA, and I went back to The Sims 2.
Every
and
time
it's so
I
much
hear
better.
about expansion packs for The Sims, it's just people complaining about what
Because
they.
it's garbage.
Yeah, what they
They're
don't have
charging
in them.
$40 for nonsense.
No,
Oh,
it's
it makes me
re-
It
so mad.
literally is taking what used to be in The Sims and
Yes.
splitting it up into
The
like
fact
10
there were
different
no
packs.
pools or anything. I had to wait for 2 years for dishwashers.
The
What's happening
The fact
here?
that I couldn't drown my house guests in a pool.
You can't even drown them anymore. They get out without ladders. It's very frustrating.
See, that's why I don't play
Can
it.
That's why you put in cheats and you just shift click and you murder them that way.
Wait,
So you get rid of them.
PC, can you still make old people bang each other to death?
Hell yeah, you can.
But what about in The Sims?
Oh, yeah, that too, I guess.
All right,
Yeah,
we're
you can also
running.
control boners in that game.
we're running
Nothing
a little
else is
late.
quality content.
I want to quickly talk about Blossom Tales, which is on Switch. Blossom Tales has been on Steam for 9 months, and the Switch version outsold all 9 months of the Steam version in 1 day. So lots of people, I guess, are playing on Switch. Blossom Tales, this is the best way I can explain it to you. If you like traditional Zelda, you will love Blossom Tales. It is exactly the same.
Did they know they were calling it Blossom Tales when they made the game?
Yeah, for the Blossom fans out there.
Did they know that guys like me judge books by their cover?
Yeah. So Blossom Tales is about this
The family from Riverdale.
girl, and
I was
I mean,
thinking.
basically,
It's
like I
about
said, the game
Cheryl
plays
and
like
her
the
family.
game plays like Zelda, like exactly like Zelda, but the story is told from the viewpoint of a grandfather telling his children a story about this hero.
Like the Princess
So you'll
Bride.
see what he's telling his grandkids as the game's going on, which is kind of a cool mechanic. But yeah, it plays like Zelda. You have a sword. Right now, I have a bomb and a bow and
Anything
arrow.
with a sword is just like Zelda, right?
But it's all top down, like Link to the Past style. It looks like that, and it literally starts off with you wake up in your bed. You have to go to
Feeling like P. Diddy?
the castle, and they're like, you got to go to the castle's basement to fight rats, which is what you do. And
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's-
rats.
Link to the Past.
I do that all every weekend.
But after that, then the game starts to open up and becomes it's still Zelda gameplay, but it becomes its own
Just
thing.
looking at it.
And the first dungeon does a
Super little baby.
But see, that looks awesome.
what?
I'm looking at pictures of Blossom Tales.
I want to see what looks awesome though.
Well, that because it looks like a Link to the Past.
That's what the game looks like.
Really? That's great. It doesn't look anything like
Yeah,
that.
cover art.
Oh God! Get
Okay,
that out
yeah.
of my face.
No. Hold on. Open up that image full screen.
Is are hats an important part of the gameplay?
Everyone needs a
Not
hat.
yet.
I don't like to wear hats. Yeah, only when it's winter.
Yeah.
I feel like my head's too big for fashion hats, only practical
that?
hats.
Yeah.
Yes.
My noggin's
we
too
believe
big for a
that.
fashion hat.
Yeah.
Not a big. Can't get this cancelled.
If you show me a picture of Link to the Past looking like that, I'm gonna smack. See, that looks awesome.
Yeah, that's Majora's Mask Link on the right. They did it exactly the same style on purpose.
Sure,
Even
It's not
the
the same style. This
No.
looks way lamer. Does it not?
This is more detailed, but they're definitely spoofing each other.
So lame.
Right? Look at the
Lame. Cool.
No, don't get me wrong. I hate that art. I don't like that drawing, but they're
Lame.
definitely influenced by one
Cool.
another. And look up the logo for the game because it uses the Zelda font.
Are they getting sued for this or what?
No, because you can't trademark a game idea.
But what about the font?
I mean,
The whole
everybody
city
uses
of
font.
Stowe, Vermont
Nintendo
has
doesn't
their own
have the
trademark
right to
font in the
Zelda
whole
font.
city.
It's some other font. There's no like official.
Wait, you can't trademark a game idea?
No, not right
That's
now.
good because
No.
I got this game coming out. Super sorry.
The guy who made
46.
PUBG.
Super Sario Brothers 46.
The guy who made PUBG is very upset right now because the other games are stealing his idea, and he's like, "You should be able to trademark
Well,
game
that was
ideas."
like
That's the Zelda font right there.
Now
Exactly.
this is
that was like
Zelda.
flat
DLC. Like I can download this for
Switch. Yeah.
Switch. How much is it? Like $20?
No, I think it's 15.
And it's a full size game.
Yeah, real deal. I
So,
played it last.
It's probably pretty good.
The first dungeon. So that's what I was getting to. The first dungeon really made me like the game a lot because it takes Zelda style dungeon elements, but it also does its own things. It's really interesting. They do a really good job with it.
It does look cool though. Like it.
Yeah, I mean, if you like Zelda gameplay, then you'll like this. Hey!
Hey!
All right.
Frankie Sharp,
when
Sharp
you-
Records.
when do you have to leave?
Nice.
I caught your show from my limo.
Well
When
played.
you have
Well
to
That
played.
was awesome.
Well played.
leave? How much time do you have?
Good, we got through.
Scooby-Doo ending. I've got time.
Okay. Because I'll do one question, then we'll get to music. We need more
Okay,
people to
so-
have music.
Yeah.
Vitamin G is here, by the way.
Maybe.
No, you have
Yes.
to stand.
There is.
Yes, there is a chair. That's a chair. That's a chair.
That's a jacket's
You can
chair.
take my jacket off. Here, hand it to me.
All right, you can send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. That's GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. The first one is a really quick question, so we'll do two.
Is it a fun one?
Cam says, "Do you have any new beard treasures?" No, because I just showered. So there's
Well-
nothing in there.
My parents sent
Oh, don't even talk about it. I feel like such a pervert.
beardaments for him, and they're little Christmas ornaments that you clip
That's
into your beard.
adorable.
Why is that
Why are you
dirty?
Because
so grossed out?
she told
Staring
me,
at your beard.
"Hey, my parents sent this for you. My dad wants a picture of you wearing them,"
and
and I'm
nothing
like,
else. Just
I
them.
feel like I should be paid for this. Like, this is a weird pervert
No.
fetish.
They
You're
thought-
being
You're
weird.
being
You're
a
being
woman
weird
for
about
your
this.
entire
Yeah.
life.
You're
Like,
being weird
It's
about
not like
this.
it's like campsite.
Put this jewelry on. Take a pretty picture.
What if
But,
we
like,
use
he's-
portrait mode on the
he's
new
requesting
iPhone?
to have
all right, all right. I mean, I did it.
Take
He's
a photo.
requesting you have it close.
Wait,
right?
no, naked. It had to be naked.
So why didn't we all get this picture of you? With these
Because I
beard
hated doing it.
Oh, right,
No,
Johnny.
and you just take a
And now you
photo,
can all
and
get it.
you send
We
them a
can take
photo
so many
without them on your
portraits.
beard, and you say, "Oh, I'm wearing them."
No, if I gave them to
On
you,
my down south beard.
or if she gave them to you, it wouldn't be a problem.
No.
But it's her parents, and
Yes,
that's why it's a
I
problem.
have zero interaction with the man. He buys me beard ornaments and wants a picture of me wearing
I feel like that's him
Downtown.
trying to get through to you.
You
Like, you know what I mean?
them.
Like,
Maybe.
No, it's not. What interactions have I had since then? None. Nothing.
The Downtown Grove.
that's amazing.
Let me see.
Let me see this.
That is pretty great.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
I think that's my new
Oh,
king.
so pervy.
Yeah, like how perfect.
Thank you, buddy.
I mean,
Thank you.
I did get
No,
rock hard
maybe I
yet
was
again.
explaining it wrong. The
So
idea
now
of
we have
wearing the
beard
things in
ornaments.
my beard, I don't find pervy. The idea
It's
of her
taking a
dad
photo.
wanting to take a picture.
Well, here's the thing,
Because
Picture,
he's
yes.
not going to see you wearing them. He
Exactly. I'm
wants to
sorry. If
know.
I buy this for an awesome beard, I want to see how it looks on an awesome
Hey.
beard. That's the point, right?
I got you that sweater, right?
Dance for me,
A
puppet.
couple of days ago, it was asked, "Did you get the sweater?" And you took a picture wearing it, and you sent it to us.
Yeah.
It wasn't pervy. You took a
That's 'cause
picture of something
mean,
somebody gave to you.
Yes, I have a different relationship with you guys. I like you guys. Ryan says, "Raw meat, I noticed that your mustache looks lighter than the rest of your beard. Is that a camera trick, hair color product, or is it simply milk
Or
buildup
are
that
you-
won't wash off your lip?"
Or are you simply a pervert?
No, I had a while where I had the
It's
mustache,
best.
and then I had no facial hair, just the mustache, and then I decided to grow the beard, and that's
I
why.
found that picture of us with Ron Jeremy,
Yes.
like all those years ago, and you look way cooler than him. You just
Oh,
got
that's
these
yeah.
mutton chops,
The
and
chops.
like a mustache that twirled up, and that was it.
It is
awesome.
It is cool. Yeah, I got it on Facebook. He says
Oh,
also,
thank you so
have you
much
ever
for this
considered
Christmas
rolling your
gift.
beard
You're
into the
welcome,
equivalent of a man bun for your chin? I have not, but now I am.
Man bun chin.
I've never seen that. I think
I have a
we should
I have a
definitely do
business trip to Man Bunchen.
It's German.
that. And
Thank you, thank you, Ryan.
Bunchen.
All right, Mom Rain, let's do this.
Yes, Nick. Do not look at my screen.
Don't
Music.
cheat.
Who is it?
All
Do
right.
you wanna tell me what
You have to look at the board the whole time.
Give me just a short moment.
You don't have this kind
You're
of time.
somebody's dad now. You're the boss.
I'm the real boss.
Said with such confidence, I'm the real boss.
Mark that up.
Sorry.
Is that what I sound like?
What game is that?
Oh man,
Super.
All right.
that's so great.
Super
That's
Nicky
so
Hill.
great. Still, can you play that again? Actually, because
Yes.
it's so good.
You want to hear it? You want to hear it?
Oh.
And it was all spontaneous. Like,
We just had the. So just a few podcasts ago, we were talking about where that came from. 'Cause we didn't exactly remember where. And Popple, the podcast guy, got me the whole clip of how it came together. It was like a whole segment, like 2 minutes, where
You're right.
all that just spontaneously happened.
can you send that to me? Or something if
A
you
minute
remember?
45. I don't
It
know.
was fast.
Huh?
Can you like send that
Yeah,
to me?
yeah, I got it in my email.
Man, that'd be great.
All right.
And it was edited together by
Do you know
Armored Frog.
what the date was? Like, did he have the date?
He told me in the email.
So
Yeah.
what's
It's not that important, but man,
Oh,
that's
it's important.
Isn't it good?
Sweet.
First song comes from Andy the Zombie.
Oh no, I know that.
Crazy Frog.
2005.
Nope.
There we go. That's
Yeah, if you type in Facebook, if you type in the gift name, Crazy Frog, those kids come up before the actual Crazy Frog comes up.
As it should be.
What system is this?
This is 64.
Yeah, I know this.
Like the Spice Girls video game.
Radio,
No.
Right.
No.
Glover.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Buck Bumble.
And no, it is not.
Diggity buck bump.
Did you touch the Disney?
Mischief Makers.
No.
Beetle Adventure Racing.
No.
Oh man, good guess. I remember that game. It was a fun game.
It's a good game. Man. I don't want to start off with one that we don't get.
Well, I feel like
It kind of sounds like Halloweeny or like scary but fun. Is it anything like that?
That doesn't look. I mean, it's weird looking. No.
I don't know. Go ahead. No.
Pick one. It's like a loading menu for
Extreme G.
No.
All right, I don't know. Go ahead.
Nothing in field of
Iggy's Wrecking Balls.
Oh, yeah, I played
Is
that.
it with a Z?
It's got like an iguana
No,
ball.
But it's RECKIN apostrophe. Wreckin'.
Is it like one of those like
Iggy's-
nuts you can get that you just
Yeah,
put
kind of. Iggy's Wrecking
Count
Balls.
Dracula.
All right. Next one. The next one comes from Jonas.
Ah. Wallace.
Okay, I know this. This Batman
Yeah.
on the NES.
Yep.
Good job.
All right. Next song comes to us from Prep Trap.
Oh God, I hate it. All right, it's a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's some bad licensed game, I'm
Yep.
sure. You know, it always is.
It's like
Ren and
Spot.
Stimpy.
So disgusting.
Not Ren
Yeah,
and Stimpy.
7-Up spot game.
Nope.
No.
No.
Is it superhero movie?
No.
Is it like a movie that I might have seen in my life?
It is not a movie.
You know.
So funny that
I'm
you
guessing
did-
it's. I can
It does
tell
sound like
because
that.
I remember going to like the rental store, and coming home with like licensed
I
games
feel
that were
like-
garbage, and they always had music that sounded like this.
But I can't.
You might know it.
I can't play it.
Cartoon series?
Yep.
Okay, we can do this.
DuckTales or Rescue Rangers or Tailspin.
Nope.
Wait, what you said? Super Nintendo?
Looney Tunes.
Yeah, Super Nintendo.
Okay, how about
Cartoon Adventure.
how about
No.
Bebe's Kids?
No. They don't die, they multiply.
Cool World.
Gremlins?
No.
Something that I just heard
Not
about
Disney,
multiplying and that's it.
Annoyed.
Man, I thought for
Annoyed,
sure.
annoyed.
I have a Simpsons. Krusty Super Funhouse.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Woo!
Rusty's super fun ass.
It's a fun game. The music sucks.
Next song comes from Jet Jaguar, and
Oh,
the
Jet Jaguar.
picture
Focus all of that.
is real good.
I like it already.
Hey, this sounds really good.
You played a lot of Game Boy.
Sounds like an 80s sitcom.
This Game Boy song.
This is NES.
Oh, crappy NES.
Daydreaming Babies?
Nope.
Does it involve days or dreams? Sounds like, I don't want to offend people, but it sounds like a prissy girl game.
I don't think so.
Is it
Mylon,
like,
Mylon Secret Castle?
Nope.
wait, is it a license?
It's a board game.
I don't think so. No.
Kid Cool?
Nope.
Yes.
NES.
Oh no, for my time.
I don't know. Do I know?
Perfect Strangers.
Super Pitfall?
Nope.
It just sounds like a
Little Red
early 90s pop song or something.
All right, Back to the Future.
Wait. Is it licensed?
No, I don't think so.
Come on, Kirby. You pull weird answers out of thin air.
Bo Jackson's Baseball and Football.
No.
Larry versus Bird.
No.
Larry versus Bird. That's classic.
All right, we don't know.
Friends. I just want you to take a look at this
Yeah.
briefly.
Oh, is it Snow Brothers?
Oh, it's got a cheetah man on it.
Ugh.
But look at it.
Oh, Action
Oh,
52.
damn it, it's Action 52. Yeah,
That's why I knew that, because I watched Angry Video Game
That's where I
Nerds.
recognize
Yes,
it.
yes,
And,
yes.
like, that's
That
where
shouldn't
they got
count,
it.
should it?
I agree with that. That's 52 different games, but that comes from
Well, Dam
Cheetah Man.
Busters is the
Dan Busters.
Dam.
Busters.
Dam Busters.
Damn Busters.
It's,
I guess.
I remember from the episode, you play
Damn
like
Busters.
beavers or something on top of a dam.
Oh, sounds
I mean,
great.
that sounds about right.
This one comes from Brother Kaif.
Don't beavers make dance?
Okay, it has noises. Oh, this
It's like Diddy
This is
Kong
Crash-
Racing.
It is.
very good.
Oh man, I probably would have gotten this.
Sounded just like a Mario Kart type game.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize it, so it must have been Diddy Kong.
I think you actually recorded that.
All right. King Valgard sends us this one.
Smooth jazz the game.
Can you up it a little bit?
No. Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Touch detective.
No.
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe.
Is that
Like
a thing?
trace memory.
Was this a weird nickname for
Professor
someone?
Light.
No.
You guys are real touch detective. You know what I'm saying?
I've never thought of that name as funny until you just brought that up.
He wants to solve your body crimes.
What if he investigates?
That's why you called it bad touch
Touch
detective.
it.
Well, I mean, like, I was thinking of it. I was thinking of it in terms of what you do in a game. You use the touch screen to investigate. What system is this?
GameCube and Wii.
Oh dear. GameCube and Wii. All right, so Twilight Princess.
No.
What came out on the GameCube and also on the Wii?
Core game.
No.
It's just on the Wii. Now that we figured out what the name was.
I
Is it
can't imagine.
Metroid?
It's not a Metroid.
No.
It's a good thing. Both came out. Yeah. It can't be too many games that came out on GameCube and then later Wii. It's not first party, is it?
It is first party.
Tins replied Angela.
All right, so now we should be able to get it. First party came out on GameCube. It's not a Kirby.
No.
It's not a Metroid.
No.
It doesn't sound like a Zelda to me.
It's not.
So, that's a good answer.
It's got like a. Oh, I know what it is. That noise. It's got to be a Pikmin.
Oh.
Yeah.
New play control Pikmin. Pikmin 1 or 2. I don't know.
Pikmin 2.
Yeah, that noise. I knew that noise.
All right.
Pikmin Michaels.
Next little ditty comes from Glitter Bubble 3.
All right, it's a portable. Yeah, or a crappy N64. None of those?
SNES.
Oh.
It's like Rugrats, the video game.
Nope.
I mean, I'm guessing RPG just based on.
Nope.
Oh dear.
It's actually sent with Merry Christmas wishes
Is it Die Hard the video game?
from Glitter Bubble 3. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, I got that one time.
Nope.
Super Nintendo.
Thank you.
I got nothing. Go ahead. Nobody knows, right? I got nothing.
Well, keep the change, you filthy animal.
Home Alone. Come on, that's your neck of the woods.
Home
Home Alone
Alone.
too.
It's
And I knew it on the Nintendo Entertainment System. not
This
the
one
Super.
comes from Mikey3319.
This has to be another licensed game.
It is.
Hate it. Chester Cheetah.
No.
What was it on?
64.
Oh my God, help me. South Park.
Nope.
Is there a mouse in it?
Disney
There is a
racing
mouse
game.
in it, and it is a Disney racing game.
But I can't remember what that
Mickey's
is.
Speedway.
Yep.
Yes! I play that all the time!
Thank you, you
It sounded like there was a mouse in it for some reason. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know why.
You know, there's one part when I'm like,
The song comes on and you're like, all right, it's got a mouse.
Oh, I know. Texture.
It was Mickey's Speedway
That's great.
from Mikey 339, who also sends Christmas wishes.
Thank you.
This one comes from Wired.
So, he's a running theme. Old lady playing or Disney playing.
is this NES?
Yes.
Is this like winter games or
No.
summer
Yeah, I
games?
was thinking a
guess
sports
like-
game. Yeah, not sports at all. Track and field.
Like some sort of medieval castle.
Or yeah, quest of some kind.
Kind of, probably. Not really medieval, but
Legendary Wings.
no.
So it's not very medieval, but it has a question.
That really jumped out at me.
It could be. I'm not sure exactly what but I mean, I could see it being a quest.
Fazanadu.
No. What?
I don't know.
Logiman.
Man.
Street Fighter 20.
Street Fighter.
2010.
Oh,
2010.
No.
Final Fight.
It's ridiculous. We don't know. Go ahead.
That would be Conan, the Mysteries of Time.
Blue was here.
Oh,
Blue
I
was
know.
here.
Mystery O'Brien.
Now, the last song for the trivia is from Wolfric Chaser, but I put in a little extra something
Ooh,
at the
sweet.
very end.
Oh, no.
That
Yeah.
part?
That was me. I put that in.
Dollar men.
I know this. I know
this too. This is our farm gem or something, right?
Nope.
Are you sure you know it?
No.
Oh.
Amazing, whatever it is.
What's this one?
Is this that cowboy guy?
This is, I don't know.
That does not help me.
Sorry.
All of my senses are being insulted.
So the surprise was she gave us all acid 5 seconds ago.
So it's super weird.
I've
You still
definitely
know what
heard
it is?
that.
Yeah,
I've heard
I
that
can't-
before. I've definitely heard that.
I
don't recognize the rest, but-
It's horrifying.
I don't even know what type of game
64.
it is. Either fighting or racing.
It's
I guess.
racing.
Oh,
Probably
weird racing.
Micro Machines.
Oh, Unirace?
No.
Stone Racer?
Wave race?
San Francisco Rush.
Yes.
Daytona! I was a second late.
Francisco!
So, you didn't get Conan, right?
So I did know that song. I
You
did play that
didn't get
song,
Home
that
Alone.
game. San
It's okay.
Francisco Rush.
Maybe you heard. Maybe it's in your memory
You
from
didn't
like
get
walking
Wrecking
through.
Ball.
No, I said I did play
Oh, you
that
did
game.
play. Oh,
100%.
I was
So-
walking through the movie theater because I used to have San Francisco Rush. in there.
So you guys got 6 out of 10.
I'll take it. I'll
But
take it.
I just wanted to end today's podcast with a special little ditty that we all know and
I'm
love.
afraid.
Is it self-composed?
Oh, I know what it is. It's the dog. Oh, no. Oh hey!
Where are the Ukus? Why aren't they in the new one? And why don't I see them? I need them floppy Uku titties. Goodbye, everybody.
We gotta end it the right way. With a rumor.
Oh,
But this one needs to be true.
all right. This one's true. You're lucky. So I don't know if you guys have known this. I've been out in California, and that's the headquarters of Nintendo, where they started. So I've been talking to a lot of Nintendo folks out there, and this is something that you're not going to hear from anywhere else. This one's true. This one's true. It's real true. It's very true. So the Ukus they are in the new. The Ukus are going to be in the new Zelda when it finally comes out, but because of being politically correct and all that, they've got to wear bras. Actually, it's not because of the political correctness. I was just saying that to be funny. The real reason is because them things are so floppy.
Merry
got
Christmas.
nothing.
Happy holidays. Goodbye, everybody. We're not
I was like
done
so
yet.
well behaved until the last 30 seconds.
No, it's all right. It wouldn't be right.
Oh wait, no, this is Malo Mart. This isn't even the Uku song. I feel like
I
it's
didn't want
your.
to say anything, but Uku was in it. It was the right game. It was the right game.
Mallow.
I thought it was going to be the dog song from Silent Hill.
Oh, well,
Oh, right.
we could do that.
After showtime, you got 2 minutes. So whatever you want to ask, go right ahead. Thank you, Star. Same to you. Thanks everybody that joined us. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, there it is. Episode 291 is when that
Do you have that like?
I Got Music, I Want to Hear It was recorded. So whatever year that was.
Can you forward me that?
Oh, the audio? The whole thing? Yeah, I can do that.
I mean, if the audio's in there.
I just love when it stops and it growls. It's like the pizza rolls through.
Oh man. Feels good
I'm
to
not
be
in my
back.
regular email. Just type in your email and send it to yourself.
It all populated. Can I just like? Type
Oh,
it?
yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen. Oh, I am in my email. Yeah, never mind. Sorry. Yeah. Next show is next Saturday. It's the regular show. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, the Aloe Wolf. Thank you,
I've never seen 101 Dalmatians all the way through.
Well, we can get up, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
stand.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone must remain sitting until Kevin gets up.
Thank you, Mike Roddick. All right, guys, that's it. We're out of here. Thanks for joining us. Have a great Christmas or holiday or a regular day or whatever the hell you want. Thanks. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.